Yeah! Back again. The PodFather returns, episode 11.
Boy, did we miss the PodFather. It just wasn't the same. Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast, the return of the PodFather.
Boom.
Just some reminders. This is the only scorekeeping podcast that talks about the importance of free throws at the end of the games.
Yes.
The importance of field goals at the end of games. And the importance of wet wipes on road trips.
Come on, Brett Maher.
It's a game changer.
Guess what? The game didn't matter because
Listen, I am your scorekeeper, moderator, voice of reason, Paul Nelson. I am joined to my left, your right, by Coach Frank Lafada.
Go, Coach.
And we welcome back the one, the only Alex, the PodFather Gullets.
So glad to return, guys. So glad to return.
I definitely had a chance to use the buttons last week and totally chose not to.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean,
There was only two of us. Somebody had to use
Can I
it.
tell you guys something?
No.
First of all,
please do.
yeah, I want to start out this
Fire away.
this episode 11 really quick. I want to tell you guys how proud I am for what I saw on episodes 9 and 10.
Thank you.
Further than that, Paul.
Is this the sandwich? Is he
Paul.
going good, bad, good? Okay.
Paul.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Except for there's no bottom. to the
Scotty
sandwich.
Barnes at number 1.
Scotty Barnes.
Paul.
I mean,
Paul.
I guess we'll see. Today we got 2021 redraft.
Bro.
So
Did you guys miss that? Bro.
we tried our best with
Yeah.
bros. We tried, bro.
I had a couple impressions.
Frank. Coach. Bro.
Is there an end to this? What's
Bro.
going on?
I think he's got a point.
I think
The
you
power
forgot.
rankings. The power
They were
rankings.
phenomenal.
Bro.
Before the game started, they were good.
Out of 8,
they were
I
good.
only missed 2.
The Bills.
Other than 2, I got a perfect.
Oh, man.
Other than 2, I got perfect.
Oh, man.
I'll say this right. He got the Cowboys section right.
Oh, I didn't miss it that at all.
No, he hit on that. Speaking of, let's just go ahead. Today we're going to talk about the demise of our precious Cowboys and Bills. I have some ideas how to fix a team. I guarantee you the PodFather has some ideas.
Can I ask you this, Paul?
You can ask me whatever you want.
I want to get you guys' thoughts on this really quick.
Yes.
Let's work for a minute, right? That's what we're here to do.
I'm not trying to work it all.
No, we're gonna cook, man. Let's cook, okay? To put it in Paul Nelson's verbiage, I'm gonna use that cook. We're about to cook, right?
Okay.
How different are the Bills and the Cowboys situation right now?
Completely different. Completely different.
Do you think so?
Yes, I
Hold
do.
on.
I do.
Hold on. Let me go a little deeper.
Go ahead.
Defense is definitely the standout of both of our teams.
No.
We got a quarterback who everybody wants to say is a top 5 quarterback. That's not.
He is.
What are you talking about?
Both of us.
Are you talking about Cincy and
Both of
Kansas
us.
City?
Both of us.
So
both of
so
us.
we both
0 for
disagree
2.
for the first 2.
0 for 2?
Both of us had trouble running the ball in our playoff loss.
Correct.
No, the Bills didn't have trouble. They just didn't do it.
Both of us. Both of us.
There was a choice.
Hey, as good as these offenses are,
Yes.
we only
correct.
really have 1 or 2 weapons on offense.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of talent around the 1 or 2 players. Think about it. CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard in Dallas,
Okay.
Stephon Diggs, and
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen on the
yeah.
Bills.
Or Gabe
And so,
Davis.
even though Gabe, what a disappointment,
Listen,
I mean, it's a snow game.
What a
There's a point
No.
where I'm like, he just didn't put up.
bro.
okay. So let's get into this because I was thinking the same thing.
Before
All right,
this
so
week, you called him the number 1 second receiver in the NFL.
And you
Yes,
also
you
called
did.
Josh Allen the
Over
second
T.
best
Higgins.
quarterback in the NFL.
yeah.
so he's number 3 or 4.
Wasn't far off.
New information, new opinion.
He's not 2. He's 3 or 4 now. He's probably 4.
Guys are-
Maybe 3.
All right.
He's 3.
So here's the way I looked at it because again, you guys been on my mind a lot, especially you, PodFather.
Bro.
And the whole time I'm watching the Cowboys game, I'm thinking this is the worst possible scenario for Dallas.
Absolutely.
They are we just happen to be in Mr. Nelson's class. We just happen to be talking about World War I. So trench warfare, no man's land. The Cowboys are in no man's land. They are too good to fire their coach, which they should do. They are too good to realistically fire their coordinator, which I think everybody here hopes they do. Dak Prescott is in that weird category where he shows just enough where you go, man, this is stupid. He's a top 8. Could he be a top 5? He could be. But then he goes, but they're not good enough, or they're not bad enough to actually fire people and get what they need to get. They are in NFL no man's land.
Well, I mean, let me think about it differently. Okay. Well, because here, Dak Prescott, the first 6 years of his career.
You mean Kirk Cousins? That's his new name. Dak Cousins.
What a loser.
For now on, his name is Dak Cousins. That's because that's who he is. He's Dak Cousins. Big game, bad times.
Just listen to me for a second.
Frank,
I'm gonna teach you something today.
I'm not
Frank.
talking about. He's got the same exact stats, same exact thing. He loses just like Kirk Cousins does.
Mr. Nelson's the teacher of all of us here, but
Yeah.
I'm about to teach you something.
Let's hear it.
Let me take you to school.
All right.
So here's the thing. Dak Prescott, the first 6 years of his career, historic pace for not turning the ball over, historic pace for QBR, historic pace for wins in the first couple seasons. Okay? Here's what I'll say. This backstep that Dak had this year, I can't even understand why he's not seeing the field, why he's not making correct reads. What we saw in that San Francisco game and what we saw in the Green Bay game, what we saw in the Houston game, what we saw in the Washington game, those were simple reads. Just cover 2, cover 3. The field's broken down into three places. He's missing simple out routes. He's throwing hooks back on a cover 3. You can't do that. He's got CeeDee Lamb playing option route with 2 linebackers literally pancaked between them, and we're making that throw. Man, it's hard for me to. The only thing I will say is this. I think if I'm Dallas, and great news that Kellen Moore's under evaluation, because I believe like you.
He is.
I believe like you're too good to fire your head coach.
I think everybody here knows. We would fire him immediately, right? Especially Sean Payton out there.
I got on Madden that night and fired him. Kellen Moore.
You're cleaning
promoted
house.
Dan Quinn.
Didn't he have like one of the best ranked offenses in the league?
Yeah, but okay, good stat, and I'm glad you bring that up.
I'm just saying that's my question. Like, I'm not. I think he should be fired also. So
Top
that's my
5?
point.
Do you know that?
But he had a top 5 offense.
5.
Do you know?
What are we doing?
Do you know in the last 2 years, 24 of Dallas's points have come off of defense and special teams? That's the highest in the league, and it's not even close. So if you take away 20%, does he really have the best offense in the league?
He's still up there.
And here's what I'll say:
he had the number one. They had the number 1 points per game since Dak returned at 31. So even if you take away 2
I'm
or
talking
3,
about the last
that
2
still
years.
puts. I know. I know, but this year's the one that's in
And here's
question.
what I'll tell you, and I think we all watch enough sports to know this: a good offense isn't enough to win a Super Bowl. You have to be great at something, and what Kellen Moore is not great at is designing plays. What he's not great at is
football.
It's general football. Hey, you watched the San Francisco game, right?
Yes.
You watched the San Francisco game, right?
Whole game.
Tony Pollard goes out.
Yeah, changed.
It was over.
Changed everything.
You got Zeke Elliott in
You
the
called
backfield.
it. You called as soon as he went down. You were like, "This is it. That's it."
I was at somebody's
We can't
house.
do
I went
anything.
looking at the thread. There was 4 guys there. We all said it's over.
But
might as well
how
turn
many
the game
times
off.
did you see? What's Dak's strength?
I think short yardage situation.
Yeah, but his strength isn't in the pocket. His strength is rollouts. His strength is getting outside of the pocket, making things happen. Do you know that Kellen Moore
at the buffet? That's his strength.
Do you know that he did not move the pocket one time for Dak Prescott?
Yes. I don't know, and this is the question I think we're getting to. I think you talked about Dak his first 6 years in the league. I think we saw him use the above average to excellent athleticism he had.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how he made a name for himself. Wow, he's a big hoss of a dude.
He's still above average.
So is this Kellen Moore's fault? And if it's Kellen Moore's fault, is it Mike McCarthy's fault? I think ultimately it's on them, right?
Well, I think a lot of the blame has to be on the player. He's still making the read. And if you're in the pocket and you can't make a read on a cover 3, there's no way you're a top 8 quarterback like everybody thinks he is, right? The other part is it's really being set up for success.
Who's everybody? The other 2 at this table never thought that.
Never thought what?
He was top 8 quarterback.
No, but I mean, I
Dak
think
Cousins is not a top 8 quarterback.
I think after the win in Tampa Bay, it wasn't just
you can't.
Alex. I think there were plenty of analysts that were like, "See, this is perfectly what the Cowboys are." So I would give him a little bit more credit. But again, this is, another thing that I jotted down as I was doing my armchair analyst. I was doing my recliner analyst. Is there was only an unhappy quarterback that could come to Dallas and do some stuff for him is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Would you? So I wanted to ask you: would you trade Dak Prescott for Aaron Rodgers?
No, not right now.
Wouldn't do it.
No, and I'll tell you. Here's my thing with Dallas: no man's land. We can call it what you want. Tony Pollard's unrestricted free agent. Dalton Schultz unrestricted free agent. We're gonna end up losing Anthony Brown, which I'm not really upset about. I think we have Connor McGovern. There's a couple more that are out there, kind of just floating. Noah Brown, I believe, is a free agent.
Okay.
Zeke is well overpaid.
Zeke's done, right? He even came out and he was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely restructured it.
I think if you
Please
could sign
don't cut me."
I think if you could sign him for $5 million, he's worth it for a short yardage back and for the locker room. But at 12, 17 million, whatever that looks like, you can't do that.
No, it's again. We all know how most of us feel about running backs. It's use them and lose them.
Can't do it.
No, get out of here.
But, I don't think we can give Tony Pollard what he's going to want either. I think he works this year off a franchise. I think we have to tag Pollard. I think we let Schultz walk. Jake Ferguson, Hendershot, they looked good. I think we have to prioritize Micah Parsons, Diggs, of course. And then we got some young guys coming up, man. And one thing I'll give the Cowboys, the only reason I don't say they're in no man's land is because as much as what Jerry does bothers me, they can draft. They can draft. And so offensive line, I think it's going to be fine. Defensive line, I think it's going to be fine. We need a linebacker to put beside Leighton Van Der Esch. And we really need a second corner. And I'd love to see Michael Gallup not at wide receiver too.
Yeah, since Stephen Jones took over the draft, it's been a lot better.
Yeah, they're killing it.
What offensive player they drafted good?
CeeDee Lamb, Zeke Elliott,
The lineman.
Tyler Smith, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin.
Yeah, so it's just CeeDee Lamb is what I'm looking at.
Travis Frederick before he retired.
Zeke was a while ago.
Dalton Schultz.
Did he even draft Zeke, or was that a different guy?
Yeah, no, he drafted this.
No,
So
yeah.
he's been there a long time then.
Did you see the last mock by Mel Kiper?
I saw they had Hyatt going to the Cowboys.
No, the last one.
No, I didn't see the last one then.
Bijan Robinson, running back from Texas.
I'm not mad at that.
And then he went ahead for us draft nerds because, again, being a Bills fan, I'm used to studying the draft more than winning games. So this is odd the last 5 years. But saw that, he completely reacted like, I would love this, please. I hope this happens.
And think about this. If Robinson's something that we really have on our radar, and we could, Tony Pollard's a big chance coming off that kind of injury as a running back. At that point, do you waste your franchise on that? And I'm not saying waste it because the tag has to go somewhere, and we're gonna need to keep some pieces. But do you let Tony Pollard get overpaid by another franchise? Keep Zeke and bring in Robinson? Maybe fix your wide receiver 2 position. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of options.
I'd love to see him go wide receiver instead of running back.
In the draft?
Yeah.
I don't know. Teams that win Super Bowls draft running backs and.
But wide receiver seems like the skill position now. It seems like the one position you got to have a good guy at. You got to have 2 good guys at.
I don't know. Look at the difference Christian McCaffrey made in San Francisco.
Yeah. How many wide receivers they have that are good?
They had 3 or 4.
They have 2.
Not every team has a Kyle Shanahan either. So
True.
I think what it's going to come down to is coaching. Alex, PodFather, last words about the Cowboys?
No, we're not buried. We're not done, man. We'll see you next year, Mike McCarthy.
Super Bowl.
Do not bring in Greg Roman. Get rid of Kellen Moore. Do not bring in Greg Roman. Other than that, man, we're going to keep the star.
Not bring in Greg Roman.
One last thing. Jimmy G or Dak?
Oh,
Dak.
Dak? Just wanted to ask you.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Wow. You like his smile?
I mean, he hangs out with the right ladies.
There's only one lady I worry about. That's my wife,
true.
Lindsay, at home. I love you, sweetheart.
I'm going with Dak. No, Dak's leadership, you can't. The intangibles. Paul loves that word.
Leadership, yeah.
I would, you know what? It's not intangibles. And for all you kids out here watching, all you people, you feel free to use this. It's institutional memory. You need somebody around that's been around in the locker room to stay control of the locker room. Institutional memory.
That's not Dak Cousins.
It's not. Which brings me.
Talk about it.
Oh my God.
Talk about it.
I was super pissed for about a good night and day. By mid-Monday, I was good.
Really?
But I wrote down some notes.
Really?
Were you not?
Yes.
Then you weren't mad more than a day afterwards.
I wasn't mad at all. I expected San Francisco to win.
And
they were the better team.
Don't mean to put one more in there, but Dallas still played it. They only lost by a touchdown.
I'm hedging, bro.
Dallas only lost by a touchdown. They didn't play San Francisco bad.
You know, the best thing about
hedging.
missing last week was that I didn't have to
You
go
didn't make
on
a
and
prediction.
make a prediction about the Cowboys.
You didn't make any bad predictions
didn't
last week. Good for you, bro.
Go me.
You had
Shooter,
zero
shoot.
bad predictions.
Thank you. I planned
Shooter,
that.
shoot. I was shooting my shot, and I was way off, airballed it.
That's all right.
First of all, I would just like to reach out and say this. Please hire Leslie Frazier. Get him. Whoever wants to hire him, take him, please. Because the fact between last year losing in 13 seconds, the fact that we couldn't stop KC in 13 seconds in the playoffs,
Tough.
and this year you couldn't stop Cincinnati with a depleted offensive line was ridiculous. Fire him, gone. See you later. Bring in somebody else. Don't promote from within. Listen, Coach McD, all right? Do something, hire somebody, call defense yourself. I am done with Leslie Frazier.
Can I ask you this?
Please.
How much does McDermott worry you being a defensive-minded head coach? And you look at the playoffs right now, and you say, best quarterback left in the playoffs, Joe Burrow. He definitely has an offensive-minded quarterback coach. Second best quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Probably the best pairing of coach and quarterback I've ever seen in my lifetime. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes.
Stop.
And then
Are you gonna preface that with injury?
What?
Are you just saying Burrow is just straight up better than Mahomes?
You guys sleep on Burrow. So listen, but
Nobody's
that's not my
sleeping
question.
on an MVP.
I'm trying to get Paul to answer a question really quick.
Two-time MVP after
Then
this
you look at Philly,
Yeah.
Sirianni, offensive-minded. And then you look at San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan, the brilliance that he is on the offense.
Yeah.
By the way, Dallas Cowboys held him under 20 points, but he's still brilliant offensively. Does McDermott worry you? Is it almost time to say, "Hey, let's go a different route with Josh Allen"? You're not going to have 8-year window, man.
No, because every time somebody hires a offensive wonderkind coach, it doesn't work out. For every McVay or Taylor, there's a Nat Hackett. You know,
Go Jets, by the way.
Jeez. So I'm not worried. I think the biggest change that we saw as from a fan's perspective on the team was Brian Daboll really made a difference. And
Dude.
Ken Dorsey, I want him to get another chance. All these rumors about him getting a head coaching gig somewhere in Arizona, Houston.
That's not happening.
He interviewed with the Panthers. Listen, I think Ken Dorsey is a great quarterback coach. Cam
Panthers
Newton
off-
had
Panthers
his
off the
best years
table.
behind him. No, Panthers got Frank Reich. They got their guy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
love
They're off
that.
the table for
Yeah, but
positions.
I just, I want Ken Dorsey another year under his belt. Let's see what he does next year before reevaluate.
Did they keep Dorsey?
Yeah. He's right now he's OC. He's under contract.
I thought they were going to fire him. I thought I heard something about them firing him.
I don't think they're going to fire him after.
They did a good job. He did
I
a
think
good
they
job. this year.
should.
The other thing that the takeaway I had, the big takeaway, the Stephon Diggs thing. All right, listen.
That's nothing.
Yes, and we know that because we all played sports.
Yeah,
so we
he's
know
an emotional character.
At the end of games, you want smoke from somebody at the end of games. We're going to yell at each other.
That's
That's
right.
what families do.
And let it be the two highest paid.
Yeah.
Do it.
And you know what I
Do it.
loved? Josh Allen was like, dude, he's just doing his thing. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. I'm not even going to acknowledge it.
And I loved his tweet. He was like, "You want me to be okay with losing?"
Yeah, nobody's okay with
Nobody's
losing.
okay with losing. Like, yeah, bro, chill out.
Bills are a fast track team that played in snow and weather. And guess what? That's not changing anytime
There
soon.
seems to be such a distance growing between them, Cincinnati, and Kansas City. And I'm not saying it because it's your team. I mean, I want you to be happy in
I don't
life.
think-
And I know you can't be a Bills fan all the time, but man, this
They
is.
beat Kansas City this year.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. We'll take them regular season beatings. Come on, man. Are you serious?
No, you know what makes the
because
difference?
in a minute you're going to count Joe Burrow beating Mahomes somehow in a conversation, and those were all regular season except for
No,
one.
they weren't. They won the
Playoffs
postseason
last
last
year.
year.
He won,
in the AFC
he lost
Championship
one game where Mahomes played his only bad half ever in a playoff game, and that was the one game that Burrow played in against him.
No, here's what I'm saying. When I look at the talent on the rosters,
Okay.
the Bills got some major things to work on this year.
They were also injured in key places.
Yeah, I think
Cincinnati?
if Von Miller's
Yeah,
playing in
it's a
that
different
game, I
game.
think it's completely
It's a
different.
different game.
If Jordan Phillips isn't injured, that's a completely different game. If Micah Hyde doesn't get injured week 2, and I get injuries are part of the game. I understand.
If Peanuts were
If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. I get it. I understand. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I don't think you can say, hey, the divide between Cincy, KC, and Buffalo is starting to grow.
It just seems that way to me.
And I don't think, and this is where the difference between our teams go. I don't think the Bills are in no man's land. I think they know who they are. I think they have some stuff to clean up, right? I don't think Dallas is at that place. I think if you go, would Bills fans rather have McDermott or Dallas fans rather have McCarthy? You're going to have more Bills fans saying, no, we'll take Coach McD.
But there's so much that I hear just from the conversation because you're like, oh, but if we had, you said the same thing. Oh, man, if he's playing, then yada, yada, yada. Tony Pollard got hurt in the second quarter, and we lost by 7 points.
Yeah,
true.
We both. I will say.
So to say one is no man's land and one is not, I do not understand how we're making the comparison. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you want McCarthy as your coach?
I'd take McCarthy over McDermott. Yes.
I'm just saying McDermott has more wins for the prospective franchise.
Okay,
right.
So,
not for a career. You look at the career records.
The last 2 years, right? McCarthy's year 2. Who has more playoff wins?
Well, what I'm saying is McCarthy.
You wouldn't have done it week 15.
McCarthy has a better win percentage than Mike Tomlin has a better win percentage than.
He also had Aaron Rodgers. What are we talking about?
Now he's got Dak.
Does he have a better win percentage than Dallas?
He's got Dak.
Cousins ain't going to do that for him.
25 games in 2 years, bro.
I just think that I've always been down with Coach McD. I don't think you can say the same about McCarthy.
I'm not saying I feel the exact same way about McCarthy.
Would you rather have Josh Allen as your quarterback or Dak as your quarterback?
Oh, give me Josh Allen every day.
Thank you. Okay. Would you rather have chicken wings or no?
Would you rather have Singletary or Pollard?
Singletary. He's not injured. Got you there, buddy.
Yeah. Michael Parsons or anybody else?
Yeah, true. Michael Parsons. I'd take over Von Miller for sure. I'd take Joey Bosa over him. I'd take Nick Bosa over him. But
Nick Bosa.
I got a question about Burrow because obviously our teams are eliminated. Okay. Yep, we get it. Let us know in your comments. Whatever. I don't care. I'll read them. I'll come at you. Whatever. Like I said, we'll take all the smoke all day, any day.
We'll be back. Bills Buffaloes next year.
Bills Cowboys Super Bowl. Count
Bills
on
and
it.
Buffaloes.
Bills and Buffaloes on the Yellowstone Ranch.
Chips and dip. Dine and dash, bro.
Is Joe Burrow the closest thing that we're seeing now to Peyton Manning with a little bit of wiggle? Like, is he?
No.
Watching that game.
What about Joe Montana?
No. Joe Burrow has turned into this
more
cerebral. If you're blitzing, that's fine. I'm going quick hit here. I'm breaking up the field into all these different aspects. I'll take sacks. Who cares? I could care less. But he has a little athleticism.
He reminds me of like the Joe Montana. Slightly less athletic.
I think he's got a better arm than Montana.
Are we
playing a little bit of regency? I mean, like the first week of the playoffs, I didn't think Joe Burrow was that high. He didn't play that great of a game the first week. The second week, he has a good game in snow where a defense is kind of depleted and he wins. Let's see what happens when a pass rush is actually playing him. So I'm waiting to hold my facts until he plays a decent pass rush, which
and
he's
you're
about.
not going to give a take on Joe Burrow today because you want to wait till next week.
No, I'm not. I'm going to give a take. But my point is like we're playing the first week. He didn't play that well in the playoffs. We weren't saying Joku. We weren't talking.
Here's what I'm saying. No, I've been saying
the second
it for
week
weeks.
he did. I know, but he did not play that well.
And here's what I'll say.
You can't say that.
And listen,
Alex has been saying Burrow's second best for a while.
Here's what I'll say. If they make 3 new NFL teams and we get to pick, each of us gets to pick any player that we want to pick in the quarterback position. You can take any player out of the NFL at quarterback to start your team with. I'm taking Joe Burrow over every quarterback in the NFL right now. That's me.
Right this second.
Right now.
Okay.
Well, that's also probably why you're a Cowboys fan.
You're taking
Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes is by far heads down.
And
it's not even close.
I'm taking Josh Allen because
2 MVPs,
I like what
Super
he does.
Bowl champion.
But Burrow has only been in the league for 2 years, bro.
Probably the most courageous quarterback
Burrow's
loss
been in the league
ever
more
in the
than
Super
2
Bowl.
years.
No, he's hurt the first year.
He's been in the
3 years.
Played his first year.
What for? Like what?
11 games, I think
4
it was.
games?
No, I think it was 11 games.
Was it 11?
Yeah,
they weren't that memorable.
Jeez. Wait a second. How are they not that memorable?
Because he wasn't Joe Cool.
Yeah,
he wasn't Joe Cool yet.
I think he is becoming the cerebral quarterback in the league. I do
agree.
think he is. But you know what? It's very easy to be a cerebral quarterback when you have T. Higgins. You have Jamar Chase.
Wait.
Say Burrow real quick. Just say Burrow.
Wait, no, 1 second.
Just say Burrow.
No, real fast. 1 second. I can say he's a very intelligent and smart quarterback, but when you're talking probably the smartest, most intelligent quarterback. So I won't put him in the Manning stratosphere. But I will say he looks very
I got
intelligent.
something for you in a second. I got something for you in a second.
Burrow.
Money.
You made us wait for that.
Money, yes.
That was not-
So listen. Here's what I'll say, and I hinted toward it earlier, but I've really been watching this man. Listen, I think Andy Reid is
Pause.
I think Andy Reid's probably a top 5 coach ever in the NFL. Offensively, he's probably like top 3
Ever.
ever.
Oh man.
Listen, and tell me if you can disagree.
Mike McCarthy has a better record than him. Go ahead and say it.
It's not true, but listen,
It's close.
it's probably close.
Better playoff record.
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
He does.
and I got another stat for
Win-loss.
you guys.
I
I'll give you
looked
after
at it
this. But listen, so here's what I'm trying to say. When you look at quarterback coach combinations,
Yes.
I love the Zach Taylor Burrow combination. But what I love more, and it may be the best I've ever seen in my life,
Chase.
no, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like that combination of West Coast offense, routes, stretching the field, playing in the middle of the field, check downs with athleticism and that kind of thing. Like, what a match made in heaven. I don't think Mahomes is as good as he is right now without Andy Reid, because I think it takes both, coach, quarterback. But I love Burrow for where he's at, and I'm still going to pick Burrow.
So let's go ahead and hash out this game, right? This is the Sunday night game, right? This is the prime time, 6:00. So, Coach, I mean, his ankle, Patty's ankle. I mean, that Patty McTouchdown's been your guy for a minute. So, is it? I mean, we saw him practice yesterday. How's that ankle going to impact him? You think?
I think it's going to slow him down a little bit, but I think that with great adversity comes a great ability to do something great.
I think that was in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No.
No, it was close to it. But my point is I think last week, victory was as impressive as the
Entourage?
flu game, or maybe shall we call it the food poisoning game now, since we know what really
Jordan.
happened. It was
Really,
that
bro?
impressive.
No, it wasn't.
Man, you see him hobbling around.
No, it wasn't.
Jumping off one leg, don't throwing jump touchdowns.
Coming from a LeBron fan, no,
Come
it
on.
was not. Absolutely
Mahomes
not.
was inspiring.
That
He was
is
so special this
ludicrous.
week. And my point is, and if he comes out and wins this week,
Okay.
I want Burrow dropped down to 4 or 5.
Ooh.
I want Mahomes completely vaulted up in the stratosphere, and this will completely put him up there as saying, okay, he's got one more game. I've been calling this about 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mahomes is going to have some miraculous stuff happen, and he's got to play crazy. If he wins this game, with as much as the odds are becoming stacked against him and the way that
Why? Because Cincinnati might be a better team?
because he's hurt and still better than the whole other team.
No. Hey, breaking news. Did you watch Pat McAfee this week? He's not hurt anymore.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He's
Did you
not
watch
hurt.
him run?
He's not hurt.
That is the most ginger run jog I've ever seen in my life.
Is
What cut did you see? I didn't see any cuts.
Is Patrick Mahomes even the best quarterback on his team?
Did anybody see a pass thrown by
Ooh.
Patrick Mahomes?
I don't see. I didn't see.
Did you see a pass?
They
how
practiced.
great? I know. Did you see it though?
Yeah.
Did you watch the video? He didn't put a lot of pressure when he threw the ball. Off
How
his back
many-
leg.
how
It was
many,
more off his front leg?
I need to check this for you, Paul.
Please do.
He's the Steph Curry of the NFL, and it shows.
Now, just let the record show. Frank's hot take from a month and a half ago was, if Patrick Mahomes wins the championship, wins the Super Bowl, right, wins the MVP, which if he's winning the Super Bowl, he's probably unless Kelsey goes crazy again, he will immediately start jumping in the pool with the likes of Montana, with the likes of Tom Brady.
only
He's in the
Brady.
GOAT conversation.
yeah.
Okay.
Guess how many 98 yards drives in the postseason Patrick Mahomes has?
0.
0.
Is he the best quarterback on his team?
Chad Henne.
Come on.
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne has a better quarterback rating in the playoffs than Dak Prescott.
It's not hard to do.
I know.
Oh,
Trust me.
Other stat.
So does Purdy. So does Hurts.
Can I tell
so
you guys
does-
about the purgatory that I live in when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys?
No man's land? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It makes more sense. I'm feeding to you right now.
Okay.
But you're gonna-
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're going to appreciate.
That was an alley-oop if I ever seen
was.
one.
Yeah, you're going to appreciate the stats though, Paul. You're going to like these.
I do love stats.
Tony Romo.
Yep.
Anybody know what his career playoff record was?
It was probably.
He was 2-4.
I was
And
going
he
to say
did 2
two
wins.
wins.
And did you know that he was 0-3 in the divisional round?
Okay.
Dak Prescott,
Okay.
just playoff record.
2-4.
What is he in the
2
divisional round?
0-3.
Yes.
Dude, man.
Yes.
It's like you can't put food on the ground and expect a dog not to eat it.
Yes.
Come on.
What was your point?
It's just purgatory. It's Dallas Cowboys. It's history repeating itself.
No, it's just a lineage of horrible quarterbacks.
You know, we can.
First of all, put some respect on Tony
So,
Romo's name.
listen, first of all, coming
put
from a
some
situation,
respect on
it
Tony
seems like
Romo's
I always
name.
hate on the Cowboys. Tony Romo is one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch of all
Put some
time.
respect on Tony Romo's
He made
name.
T.O. cry.
He may not. He might be the best quarterback ever on the Dallas Cowboys, and he may be the best booth broadcaster ever.
You said best. You say he may not be the best quarterback ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Get it straight.
I thought you said he may be. I was like, whoa.
I'm throwing twists and turns.
Yeah, I was like, I heard it. That's why I said it took me a second to come into Frank brain, but once it got in the Frank brain,
The guy's
I
a
got
great broadcaster, though.
So
he's the best.
I want him as offensive coordinator.
he's okay.
I wish he'd call.
Haterade,
He's
bro.
okay.
What's
He's
in
okay.
that? Is that hate? What color Haterade is that?
It's
I gotta
it's
make a
sweet
prop
tea
bet.
actually.
Glacier
extra sweet.
freeze Haterade.
Yeah, it's
Some white Gatorade.
it's Bill's Mafia. It's Alan O's flavor.
The flavor is just called blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
It's the white one.
It's not the white one. So I think the key to the game, Cincy KC, is going to be the pass rush. Unless you're
Jones.
Collinsworth, you just say pass rush. Man, I don't know. This pass rush is just. I think it's Frank Clark and Chris Jones. You know, if they can get to Burrow, which there's a good chance
They got
can
to
get
everybody
to Burrow.
else, and they got a bad offensive line.
Yeah, but even the bad offensive line looked decent. Maybe that was the snow. I mean, it's harder for defenders to rush then. I just want to hear some predictions. We're going to start with the PodFather because we missed him so much. What do you think happens this game?
First of all, the determining factor of that game is going to be who day, because if they play the way they can play, they're going to beat Kansas City, no problem. I think they win 7 to 10 points, not a big deal. He's going to be 4-0 against Patrick Mahomes. Matter of fact, I read breaking news today that he was asked did he get the results from the paternity test for being Mahomes' daddy, and so
Dang.
Breaking news.
Golly.
No, give me Cincinnati in this game. Love Cincinnati.
Okay, let me write that down. Win Cincy. Coach? By 7, you said?
By
Just whatever.
7 to 10, he said.
7 to 10.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's not whatever. It's what you said.
Bold prediction. All right,
That's
so
what I said.
what you got, Coach?
So I'm not going to say 7 to 10. I do think it's going to be a close game, no matter what it is. I'm not betting against Mahomes. I won't do it.
Don't.
Can't do it.
Good
Won't
thing
do
you're
it.
not betting. Just take a team.
I won't even take a take against Mahomes. So my point is, I think Kansas City wins by 3 to 7 points. I like that 27-24 type of game. Mahomes comes out there, throws 3-4 touchdowns, miraculous run on one leg, trying to get a first down.
Every time you mention Mahomes is miraculous.
Because that's all that guy does.
Sweet little baby
That's all he
Mahomes.
does.
Yeah,
Sitting in
yeah.
the manger, 6 pound, 4 ounce.
That's all
baby
he
Mahomes.
does. He's got his tuxedo T-shirt on because he likes to party.
Hey, man.
He's all
But
jacked
okay.
up on tour, though.
No, his ankles still have withdrawals.
It's
It's not going to have withdrawals because it's going to be loaded on Sunday.
It is.
I-
My
I
ankle
say-
cannot drive home.
I see Kelsey 10 catches again. I
Okay.
think 10 catches
By the way-
$160.
By the way, before we get to your pick here, Paul,
That's all right. I'll wait.
Travis Kelce. Oh, number 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do you put him in the tight end ranking, dude? What a great player.
We mean like all time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think he's. Oh man.
3.
Yeah, I think he's up there.
Right
Gronk's
now.
definitely one.
If he
right?
retired today,
I think Gronk is.
Gronk's got every
Tony
freaking-
Gonzalez.
I think Gronk's 1, Gonzalez is 2.
Yeah.
Then I
Gronk's
think you have
slightly
Gates or
ahead of,
Sharp, one of the two.
See, I don't put Shannon Sharp that high.
You're crazy.
I don't put Shannon Sharp.
Yo,
I don't think he's.
Unc would not only score a
No,
touchdown on
I
you,
don't
but then
think
he'd
he's out
beat
of
up your
5.
daddy.
he beat up your dad.
I would take all the smoke. I am on record. I would take all the smoke
You
from
said
Shannon
it.
Sharp.
You said it. You did say
Bring
it.
that crushing it sweater this away. That's fine. I'm okay. Because you know what I've learned?
Appreciate
the people
you,
who always talk about like, yeah, I do this, I do this, I do this. Great. It's the quiet ones. Those are the ones that'll go, I don't need to say a thing. I'm just going to beat
I think
the
Unc just
brakes
got
off
frustrated with Skip.
you. Yeah.
I think he just took
he
it
had
out
some
on
frustrations.
T. You know what I mean?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
He's just,
You did say that in
he's
the- in the
pissed
chat.
because he
You were
can't
like-
beat up the guy he wants to beat up. So he goes out and
So what are you saying? You're saying top 5? 3?
Yeah.
is he better
No,
than
no.
Witten?
Kelsey?
Is
Yeah,
he better
I
than
thi-
Witten all time?
Kelsey?
All time?
I got Kelsey 3 or 4.
That's so tough.
We're not talking. Listen, I get championships add to it, but I think when it comes to NFL stats, unless you're the quarterback, you have to go, well, did I ever have the team around me to? I mean, Antonio Gates is up there.
Yeah, but some of these guys, you got to, like, it's
Kellen Winslow,
we're ranking people,
not Junior.
We're ranking people on different things. So, like, I can't completely I can't completely discredit the Witten's ability to be a complete extra lineman.
blocker.
His blocking, Kelsey can't touch that.
No,
so it's
I
like
agree.
it's like when you rank an offensive player, like an NBA player, only on their offense. Well, they play horrible defense. Well, offense is what numbers are at.
Did you see
Yeah,
that
you don't see the pancakes that Witten used to control people
So they
with.
asked Kelsey, they were like, hey, are you the best tight end ever? And the two that he mentioned. He said Gronk and
Yeah.
Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
But Gates wasn't that great of a blocker. He was good.
I think Gates was a good tight end.
He was an okay basketball player.
He was a good basketball
Player
player.
that.
He was
Played in college.
He was
Where
a
at?
great receiving tight end.
San Diego State.
San Diego State.
That's right.
Receiving tight end. That's like it's like a negative thing, but it is what it is.
Receiving tight end.
That's what he does. He just catches passes. You don't really, it's like
It was a great.
Sounds like a pickup line.
I was a great pass protection running back. You don't see me going to the Hall of Fame.
listen. That's
on,
why,
Zeke will be there.
Listen, that's why Zeke needs $5 to $7 million.
That's why he needs $5 million.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
Exactly
think he
right.
needs to stay in Dallas because of his pass blocking ability.
All right, your take, Paul. Sorry. What's your bet?
No, you're fine. So I think it's whoever gets the ball last wins. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Good
just
choice.
because I have written down Cincinnati Medical. Great job with DeMar Hamlin. So
Absolutely.
I don't know how Bills fans can't root for Cincinnati after everything the city did for
By the
DeMar.
way, all that trash, all that
It's called
all,
high road. You take the high road.
all
for
that
one.
crazy stuff you
I'm
guys are floating about DeMar Hamlin on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, saying that really wasn't him. Give the dude a break, man. That's DeMar. Hopefully, we'll see him back on the football field.
Maybe. Just whatever's best for him in his life.
Yeah.
The next game. So the early game is Philly, San Fran.
Gosh, man, this
This
game
Here
one's
we go.
big.
So
This one's big.
This is the first game that we're going to see like a healthy Philly team actually play a real team. I'm not counting the Jersey Giants as a real team.
No.
Listen, they beat the fraud Vikings.
They
who
beat
were
Dak
complete
Cousins'
frauds.
brother.
Jeez, Dak Cousins, Kirk Prescott,
No, Carl.
Carl Prescott.
Carl
Carl
Kuzma.
Cousins.
Carl Cousins. That's a good one. I love that.
It's Carl Cousins.
He's Carl, and the other one's Dak Cousins. I love it. That's what we're doing from now on.
You guys should get jerseys made.
Carl Cousins.
They sell, bro.
They do.
It's a
Listen,
business.
It's a business.
I don't know if you guys missed that last
don't
week, but
know.
it's a business, man.
You know, we talked about Twitter followers a lot last week, so that works. Just what are some takeaways? What do you guys think is going to happen with the game?
Go ahead, Boo.
Being in Philly
Here you
is
go.
going to be the difference maker.
That's what
Man,
you
you've
said
been
all
on Philly all
I-
year.
time.
I'm telling you,
I
Philly.
hate it for
when you
you.
leave Philly, you probably need therapy sessions. I mean, they're mean.
They need therapy sessions in Philly.
Yes, like, there's probably active therapists that work
Can I
there.
say something?
Yes.
I do not like Sirianni, and I know he doesn't give a crap.
I mean,
but I don't like that.
Because if he knew you said that, I'd have a problem with saying that.
yeah, I'm saying like
I'd be like, hey, be a little nicer.
I don't want no smoke. I'm good. I'm past that in my life. But I mean, 10 years ago. But you know,
I'll take it. That's fine.
I don't like the guy.
This is either going to
He seems like a schmuck.
confirm my belief about Jalen Hurts or vault Brock Purdy into a stratosphere that
Which
no
you
other-
are in complete denial about.
I'm not in denial. I mean, Jalen Hurts. I mean,
I don't know.
He's
You
special.
said so. Here's one thing that you said that stood out in my mind, and I wanted to call you, but I'm not. Oh, I am that petty, but I decided not to. I was going to be nice, right?
But do it. Say it
Brock
now.
Purdy hasn't dotted anybody up. When has he made a throw that really matters when the game is? Well, we saw that versus Dallas.
Yeah.
The Kittle throw
Yeah.
at the end of the game was
That's tough
I think it
throw.
was 2 minutes,
I said
7
yet.
seconds, and I was like, "What? This is nuts."
I said
he
yeah,
like threw
for him
across
to
his
have
body.
that stones,
It happened.
like, that's
I agree
wild.
with you. It happened. He made some great plays, and he is. Don't ever call that boy a game manager. He
Oh,
is
no,
the
he's-
exact
he's-
opposite.
he's
he
going
takes
for it.
chances. That first down with 2 minutes left,
Yeah.
that broke
2:07
Dallas's
left,
back.
made
Oh my gosh!
Changed everything.
the cojones to be able to make that
That's what I
pass the
said. I
way
was
he
like,
did. Forget about it.
Son of a
Come on.
what a play
Come
call
on.
by Kyle
Oh
Shanahan.
yeah, for real.
Coach, you know I don't speak German. I don't know what that means.
Cojones. Yeah.
But I hope this turns into a Jalen Hurts show and a Brock Purdy show. It's
won't. San Francisco's going to shut Philly up for the rest of the year.
So is that what you have?
Yeah, absolutely. I love San Francisco. They beat the best team in the NFL last week, the best defense in the NFL last week, besides their defense.
This is transitive property. This is like, San Francisco wins. We're the second best team in the NFL because we lost.
No.
them.
Well, he don't want another NFC East win.
I think
it's just full circle Dallas right now.
It's not.
They're not the best team in the NFC East.
Who?
The Eagles.
No, they're not. So,
Not. No.
no, I love San Francisco.
What are you talking about, man? Washington's undefeated in the playoffs this
Here's
year.
why. When you take away the threat of Jalen Hurts being a running quarterback or that option, and you know who can do that, that Warner,
Fred Warner.
that Fred Warner playing linebacker with Bosa partnered on the line.
He's a dude.
Dude.
Eric Armstead up the middle.
Yeah,
Like, it's
Jimmy Ward's shutting down any AJ Brown. Like,
a bunch of dudes, man, on defense. It's a bunch
they're
of bros.
tough.
Would have loved to see him go against Parsons.
I think Philly's weakness on defense is the run game, and Kyle Shanahan is gonna dial that thing up, man.
I don't think it's that much of a weakness.
No, it is. It's their
How
weakness.
many losses they got this year?
Yeah,
With
but they
Hurts
were
being quarterback.
People were averaging like 130 to 150 yards a week on him the last like 4 or 5 weeks in the season.
How many losses does Hurts have as quarterback this year?
It doesn't matter, bro.
I don't have many weaknesses when you
old
have one
news.
loss on the season.
He doesn't have any. And you know what? He doesn't have any wins. It's a team game.
There you go.
It's the
Love it.
NFL. Quarterbacks win and lose games.
That's
In the AFC, not in the NFC.
this is going to be a fun game. I hope Brock Purdy does Brock Purdy stuff in a positive way.
Me too.
Just because I love to see this new side of you, Coach.
Well, I've already said that he's like
Yep.
he's got the Drew Bledsoe feeling going. I'm not Drew Bledsoe. He's got the
more like Drew Bledsoe.
He's got the Tom Brady feeling going on right now.
does.
Definitely
Late
more like
draft
Bledsoe.
pick coming in with quarterbacks injured, getting a shot, and just taking control. He's got the feeling.
He's
We'll
got
see
the flow.
if he can go all the way. And honestly, even if he loses tomorrow,
Plus,
he's still not the starting
Just-
quarterback.
He's
just a
QB1
reminder
year.
for the
He's
office
not
pool,
QB1 next year, even if he loses.
for the playoff office pool. You know, we do it like we do our like the March Madness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sentimental feelings got me in the pool.
And so San Francisco and Cincinnati go to the Super Bowl. I win before the Super Bowl's played.
Yep. I picked Buffalo and that killed me.
Hold on. Sorry. On
Buffalo and San Fran.
on behalf of Buffalo,
Yeah.
I apologize.
I picked Buffalo to win too.
My bad. I had Buffalo San Fran.
I told you I
so-
was right or die.
Yeah.
I told you,
You
I
were.
was.
You did.
I sold out.
You went all the way into
We
it.
died. Let me tell you. Not like DeMar Hamlin did on the field, but we died different way.
Too soon.
Not too soon.
Too soon.
Listen, it's the team I root for. I can say it. Can't
That's
make
true.
fun of it.
That's
then.
true. I won't
so
say it, but you
I
can
have.
say it.
So you have San Fran winning by a lot. You gonna say
I
10?
don't think it's a lot. I think 40. No.
40. Alex coming out with 2 points there. That was good.
This is perfect. This is perfect segment. I got Philly winning by 10. So I guess we're exact opposite of again. Shocker.
No, I think San Fran. I like 7 to 10.
I like 10 by Philly.
Man, I hate agreeing so much with the PodFather.
You like
I
San
really
Fran?
do, but I have been on Purdy since Jump Street.
I know you guys sell. You have to sell out
Which-
for it. It's
which-
just your takes. If
you
you
have
didn't
to-
have those takes, you wouldn't sell out.
Which I'll say this, because I want San Fran to win, I'm picking Philly to win by 3.
Hedge it. Do your thing.
Hedge Mick just in case
Do
is
your
my
thing
name.
just in case.
Your
So-
dad's comment about your grandmother crying in heaven about you being against
Dad
Bills.
pulls no punches on the comments. Your grandma Nelson is crying in heaven because your Bills pick. And I was like, oh no.
That's great.
He texted me. He was like, yeah, your grandmother never did that. And I was
You
like,
shouldn't
oh,
have done that.
Oh, sorry, Grandma. Listen, I'm going to drink some SoCo.
At least
and
you
think about
apologized.
I did. So any other, let's see, NFL. There is a couple other NFL things. Frank Reich gets hired by Panthers.
Love it.
Do you?
I think he would have been better in Denver, but I like the Panthers. I think Frank Reich, if you're going to draft a quarterback, which is what they're going to have to do, but man, what better guy? Frank Reich.
Yeah, maybe. I wanted Steve Wilkes to get that job. I thought the team responded completely well to him. And it's not Steve Wilkos before any of you jokers say Steve Wilkos. Steve Wilkes. I thought that Frank Reich would do better in Houston, where he can actually pick whoever he wants. Carolina's going to have to do some wheeling and dealing if they want the quarterback they want.
I think D'Amico's a lock in Houston.
Yeah, it's not a terrible pick. I still think Eric Bieniemy should probably get an interview somewhere. If he ends up getting stuck with Kyler Murray in Arizona, I feel terrible for him.
Or he just, stays with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
I'm fine being what Tom Moore was Peyton Manning's old OC,
Yeah, for like
right? He was
20 years.
Yep, I'm not going anywhere. I got Peyton.
Why leave?
I swear, going to everybody's
Don't swear.
hating on Denver. But if you just get like 5 or 6 wins, you're going to look like a superstar compared to the guy this year.
No, if you get 5 or 6 wins, you're going to be gone
fired.
too, right?
Yeah,
No.
Denver doesn't keep you around, bro.
No, my point is like they have nowhere to go but up.
I hear Arizona's still in on Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So I hear that Peyton's like, no, I'm going back to the booth next year. And Arizona's like, no, you're not. You're coming back. You're going to coach
If I'm
us.
Denver, I'm like, what do you want? And giving you everything.
Denver
Everything.
Denver moved on from Dan Quinn, which I'm glad about. He goes back to Dallas. Love that.
I don't think they moved on. I think he said, I don't want to.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's amazing that there's still so many positions that need to be filled, and I think that shows promise for the Eagles' offensive coordinator, the Eagles' quarterback coach.
Yeah.
I think it shows a lot of promise for
And I like the kid in Detroit, too, the offensive coordinator.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that kid.
Ben Johnson. Who is their quarterback coach in Detroit?
Quarterback coach?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And it'd be one Mark Brunell.
You can hand it to me.
Yeah. Mark Brunell in Detroit? He's a really quarterback. I
He
didn't know
is
Is
that.
he really the quarterback?
Yes.
I did not know that either.
Jared Goff.
Another famous quarterback. I think he's a quarterback coach in San Fran. Brian Greasy. Brian Greasy's a quarterback coach now. It's wild seeing all these
I like Brian Greasy.
these guys who were like,
famous.
man, I was watching these guys. They were on my fantasy football
Yeah, I
team
know,
when I
right?
played from the newspaper. Like this
Madden.
is
One of
wild.
the guys you didn't want to play with.
It's all I don't like lefties. I don't like lefties. Frank, I want you to go ahead. What would be your power rankings? I mean,
My
we're
power
down to
rankings?
4. We're down to 4. So it should be pretty simple. I mean, the 2 winners
Is it?
you picked. I mean, you have KC and Philly winning.
I know. So you got to say that.
Yeah.
So automatically, that's my 1-2.
So
it's just,
But who's
it?
won?
Yeah, it's KC or Philly.
it's going to be Philly. Philly's going to be number
Wow.
1. They're healthy. They dominated.
They were your one last week, I think. And
Yeah.
No, Kansas City was just one last week.
they were your one at the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Philly
You dropped
Mahomes
them
Yeah,
down.
you
hurt.
said because of Mahomes' leg.
Yeah, so Kansas City was 3 last week. So 1, 2. So Philly, and then I'm going to take Kansas City, and then I'm going to take Cincinnati, and then I'll take the 49ers at 4th, which, I mean, honestly, 3 and 4 is just like,
It doesn't hurt to be 4th.
I mean, for real. So
Yeah.
it's feast or famine.
Right.
It's hard to do a power rank with his 4 teams left. It's
You can
just,
still put Buffalo 4th. It's not going to, I mean,
I think that's relevant. You can if you'd like.
you can.
No.
No.
I'd put him above Philly.
I'll put him. If I'm doing anything, I'm putting him 3rd.
Alex knows how to get the points on this show.
If I do anything, I'm putting 3rd
so
For
are they?
Buffalo?
for tomorrow.
So for tomorrow, it's number 3.
Yeah, for 3.
Bro,
gosh,
that means
that's
Philly's
good.
going
That
to be
was good.
4.
I mean, that's fine. If I was putting him in the rankings, I would put him at 4.
Power
They're so
rankings.
close to 3. I'm leaving them at 3.
So that's NFL, guys. Awesome job. We'll figure out if we screwed up like last week or if we actually did a good job picking. We'll see. That leads us to our 2021 NBA redraft. Now,
Yes.
I understand it's only been a year and some change. Okay, but there's been some different strides. I'm excited to see what you amateurs do with this, because I know you guys are going to go based on, hey, it's on potential, it's on this, on that, instead of looking at the
what
actual
else do you
games.
draft about?
So
I don't even understand that comment.
Before we
You
even drafted
draft-
anybody, you're just throwing shots.
You draft on based on what you've seen in the last year and a half.
NBA 2K like 7 for something. Man, I used to draft Darvin Ham.
That's wild.
Remember that?
That's wild.
He was the guy you played when you played like the streets.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys you had to take.
Yeah, I used to draft Darvin Ham.
He was one of the first players. He was horrible.
That's wild. And now he's screwing up the Lakers. That's crazy.
Hey, good for him. We're only in fifth place.
We are.
It's not bad to be 3
Fifth.
games out with
Fifth.
like 4th.
Fourth.
What are you talking about?
Where are we at?
We're
You're
12th.
Yeah, you're No,
Are we
I
12?
think you're
We're 3
you're
games.
11th.
We're 3 games out of 5th place.
3 games. That's what I'm saying. 3 games out of 5th.
Yeah, we're 3 games out of 5th
And
place.
so, I mean, with Anthony Davis missing, 20-some games?
LeBron missing 10.
Business as usual. Anthony Davis missing time.
Oh, I'm so hurt so bad. Miraculously comes back for the All-Star game. Good for you, AD.
Come
Good
on, man.
for you.
Get yours, bro.
Hey, coach, who are we playing? The Spurs? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Spurs.
I don't know.
Now their next 3 games are
Pirtle? Yeah. You're gonna
Did you see the
back
Detroit
act
game the other night?
Yeah.
I know you're a big Detroit fan. Did you see the Detroit game?
I like the young pieces Detroit has. Maybe not one of them that I think is going to get drafted in this draft, but
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
let's go. So we each have 5 picks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draft based on teams. The first pick up is Alex's. That's Detroit. They had picked Cade Cunningham. So who are you going with now?
Yeah, I think number 1 pick right now, just based off of versatility, able to switch. I think he brings added value to the front court, which I think is important right now in the NBA. Cade Cunningham, don't trust his shot. 40% on 2s, well below 35 on 3s.
37.
Is he 37 right now?
Yes.
I think he was down to like 27 last year.
Yeah, he's 37 this year from 3-point.
Is that where he's at? Isn't he hurt again?
Well, they're saying he is.
Yeah, like the shin, like whatever it
They're
may
saying
be,
he is,
the mystery injury.
Lower leg injury.
What is the injury?
Have we seen that before from a first pick?
He hurt his Wembenyama.
Yeah,
His Wembenyama's
That's it.
hurt.
That's it.
no.
Sometimes that happens.
So that being said, I'm going Evan Mobley, number 1.
Let me tell you, that is the great pick. I love that
Probably
pick.
consensus.
I think Mobley is probably the best player from this draft, even though he's having a lateral year. He's having kind of a similar year.
That's not bad,
Well,
and they're guard heavy.
I mean, yeah, that
So
getting
he's not
Donovan
gonna get
Mitchell's
the
taking
points.
away for some of his stats. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not getting the points, but he's still him and Jared Allen control really what they're doing down there. He plays heavy 4-5 on his switches, but he can cover a 3. You know what I'm saying? Into the
he's a
wing.
defensive monster.
The dude's crazy
I
good.
love his
Defensive
game.
The rim
monster.
runner, the blocking, defensive intelligence.
Similar stats
And-
are coming out to KG and AD.
I'll
for
tell
sure.
you, he's a better passer than a lot of people realize.
He is.
You
No,
watch
he's
the
got great-
game.
He's great.
Good
Watch
shooter
the
at
game.
USC.
What's he
was a-
bad at? I don't think
Not
he
a
makes.
lot.
I don't think he makes as good
From
from coffee
three.
as Jimmy Butler. That's what I'm gonna say.
From
That's
far.
what he's not good at.
Rachel Nichols would agree.
Wow.
From 3.
Whoa.
From 3.
Sorry, Rach.
Yeah. He's
Can I
not.
call you Rach?
He's not a
Do you
great
mind?
shooter, but his free throw shows that he would. That gives me Houston. Jalen Green was the original pick.
Can't be that anymore.
Nope. I am going Scotty Barnes.
Can't be that either.
I'm going Scotty Barnes because, listen, the reigning Rookie of the Year winner does everything well. He defends very well. He passes the ball extremely well. He's playing out of position. Eventually, he's going to be similar to the type of player LeBron James is.
See, I was thinking maybe
He's
thinking about you and from doing the podcast with you. You know who I really thought you were going to go with?
Bill Russell.
I know. I thought you were going to
Oh.
go with Josh Giddey.
Hey, whoa.
You can whoa all day.
Reverse just a couple seconds.
Yes.
You said he's going to be similar to LeBron James.
Yes.
I think that's a good comp.
He's
'cause
going
LeBron
to be
James-
the GOAT.
No, I think he's going to be similar skill set. He's going to be a big man who is going to be 6'8", 6'9".
6'7".
Yeah, great. He's
I think
also 19 years old. You think he's done growing? Okay, you're crazy. So yeah, he's a pass first player who is still
Finding a shot. He's early.
He's
early in
It's
his
a
career.
lateral year. It's wild that people are.
It's not even really lateral. I think he's being covered by the better players now. He's
You
having
know,
to be guarded.
I
down.
People
think
are
he's-
undervaluing Mobley and Barnes because they're having similar years to last year instead of outstanding years.
No,
I
they
think
just-
there's a player very similar to him on his team already.
No, don't
Not
do it.
not OG.
Don't do it.
Not
Come
OG.
on. Come
OG's
on.
not. OG's not the
Come
passer he is.
on.
He's not the defender he is. And OG's a really good defender. No, he doesn't have the same court vision. No, he's not going to be the scorer. He's going to lap OG when he's the same age.
Your
So,
pick. That's good. Good pick.
Scotty Barnes. Again, Cavs. Frankie,
Okay,
coach. Who are you picking? It was Evan Mobley. So where are you going now?
This draft is kind of top
you
heavy.
you're not
It's
going
1, 2,
Franz
3.
Wagner, are you?
For me, it's 1, 2, 3, and then everybody else. No, I mean that's
you
no
are
way.
crazy.
I can't pass up Cade Cunningham. He's got 16, 5, and 5 going on right now.
I don't like it.
He's not, actually got 17. He's 16.8, 5.5 assists,
Hate it.
4.9 rebounds,
You like it?
37%
Yeah,
from
I don't.
three.
I hate
it.
He's got a good shot from three. He controls the ball. He's a
Does he have a
very
good shot from three?
He doesn't have a good
37%
shot.
The NBA?
from three. 37%.
Is that a good shot from NBA?
From 3, yeah, it's above average.
For a guy who in college was known as the shooter. Oh, he's a great shooter. He's going to be a great shooter. Look at this guy. He's got such a pure stroke like Ray Allen. And he's
Cade
shooting
Cunningham's
30%.
points,
No.
his rankings, his height, his length, his ability to play both ends of the floor. I can't think of another player I'm taking above him.
Yes, I don't.
I can
listen,
think of a bunch of
he's not
players
in my
I'm taking
top
above
4.
him.
He's my number 2.
He might not be in my top 5.
He's my number 2. He's
Yeah,
above
that's-
Scotty for me.
You're crazy. He can't stay on the court.
I actually got another player above
Can't
Scotty.
stay
but
on the
get there.
court.
I got
He can't stay on the court.
On my rankings, I got another player above Scotty.
Yeah, it's
Scotty's 4th on my list.
It's,
I had Scotty.
Scotty can. Hey, he's available. I know that he's available, and he's better than Cade Cunningham.
I'm not. I don't.
All right, so here's my problem. Here's what I want to do.
I just think it's top heavy.
All right, so let's look at this really quick. These are the splits for Cade Cunningham. I don't know where
And
you were
Scotty
getting your
Barnes?
stats from.
How many games did he play this year?
Frank, 12. So he's 41% field goal percentage, 27.9 from 3-point percentage, and 83 from free throw.
31% career from 3.
Yes.
That definitely 1 year he's played. Yes, I get it.
The 1 year and 12 games. I
And
guess.
41% from field goal.
I don't know
I mean,
what-
to me, that's more alarming than threes. You're a wing. Like,
I don't think. Listen, I don't think he's terrible. I think it can be fixed. I do think this is a heavier draft around the top than you're giving credit for, and I think Cade is getting by on this. Hey, he was the number 1 pick. He's really good. There's a lot of potential. He might be injured his whole career,
could be.
so that's why I wouldn't put him.
So who's got the
Can't
next
rank
pick?
on injuries?
You got him. You can. We're going. This is a redraft. We know what we know now about these guys.
Yeah, he's been injured one time.
I'm going next.
He's injured last year too.
I'm going to take Franz Wagner.
That's a good-
Wagner.
I will say this.
I got
You know who had Franz Wagner as probably a top 2 or 3 player in the draft?
Who's that?
One Coach LaFada.
Yeah.
Coach LaFada
Did you
was
really?
high
called
on
him
Franz.
out a long time ago.
Yeah,
He
he's
said-
awesome. Great.
Plus, his name's close to my name.
I'm going to give you a couple. I'm going to give you a couple. I'm just going
Frank
to give
thinking
you
here. It's the
Yeah,
Frank brain.
Frank
You
Wagner.
just entered the Frank brain. It's a Frankism. He's close to my name, so I like him.
17.9, 5.3, 3.4, a steal, and a half a block per 75.
Above average D.
Above average D. He's long. Love
Plug-
that about him.
Plug and play type guy.
Dropping all the way to 8th, the pick after Kuminga. Imagine this guy on Golden State right now.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just...
Well, all right. So at Michigan, it was always he looks like he could be the guy, but they didn't feature him that much.
Yeah, no.
So that's one of the hey, he's sneaky athletic guy. He could be something else. Coach was on him from jump. He said,
Yeah,
I would,
I love
he's not gonna get selected first or second. But watch out for this France kid.
And
Watch
where he
out.
got taken was like kind of perfect because the pressure's not on him so much.
No
You got to
pressure at all.
produce. You are a first round draft pick, but the pressure is a lot less after about pick 5.
Can I call this out?
Yeah, please
The
do.
number 2 pick is dropped out of the top 5, depending on Paul's next pick.
Well, let me tell you, he has dropped out of the top 5.
Unbelievable.
He's dropped out of the top 6 too.
Because my man,
Wow.
the Magic, who picked Jalen Suggs, let me tell you, the 5th pick might not make the top 15. Jalen Suggs might not make it.
Yeah, he's not...
I'm going with the guy I had 4th on my board, and that is the wonder from down under, Mr. Josh Giddey.
yeah, I knew you'd be high on Giddey.
Josh Giddey he's a
He
better
does everything well.
He is a better shooter than Cade Cunningham.
I agree.
He is.
He is a better shooter than Cade Cunningham.
My
You can look at
stats
his
don't
stats.
care
He's a
about your
better
feelings,
passer.
buddy.
He's a better shooter.
He
He's
has
an elite rebounder and an elite passer.
he is amazing. He is a better shooter than Cade Cunningham right now.
He
he's
caught fire, actually, recently.
the last
Let me
2
see.
months. If you look at
Yeah.
the splits from the last 2 months, he's playing amazing, and he's doing it. I get it in OKC where nobody watches, where SGA is having a great
It's
year.
hard to watch games coming out of Oklahoma City, man.
I love it, but I'm a nerd like that.
So right now, 22, 23 stats, 16 points a game,
Yep.
8 rebounds, 6 assists. He's actually shooting 48% from the field, which is 7% higher than your boy Cade
Math.
there. My math be math, and sometimes this is quick math also. And from 3-point line for his career, 30%. So about the same, but he's up to 33 this year. Where Cade's 27.
What's he done the last 10 games?
Last 10 split. No, not great from 3-pointer.
So, and the other end of that though, you have Josh Giddey. Everybody's on SGA. So I mean, like he's not getting the best defender.
Are you
He's not
serious?
getting the focus of the offense. Cade Cunningham is getting the focus of the offense.
SG Fluffy?
Every time he steps on the
No,
floor.
he's not, because he's not on the floor.
When he's every time he steps on the floor, he gets
Half
to
of that.
everybody's number one.
No, not this year.
He is focused.
Not
on.
this year. They're focused on Bojan. They're focused on Jaden Ivey.
Man,
He's
Bojan
focused
looks
on
good in
Killian
the Lakers
Hayes.
uniform.
I just like the
Who
Magic.
wouldn't look good?
If the Magic,
Rui looks great in the Lakers uniform.
could you imagine if the Magic had Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Josh Giddey?
Is Paulo Banchero the rookie this year?
Paulo's
He's
legit.
the truth.
He
He's
is legit,
legit.
and
He's
he
his
can
tru-
play with Franz.
What
That's
about
amazing.
Jabari?
I
What
feel as
happened?
high about Paulo as I feel about Mobley
Let's not get off because I'm going to make us go
because he's
way
more
off track.
polished offensively.
Jabari's doing fine.
Good. I don't think so.
He is. That offense is not geared toward him. It's
That
it's a
number
Porter,
2 pick reminds
Jalen
me of
Green.
Jalen Green.
No, well, we'll see. Frank, who you have? OKC, who originally drafted Josh Giddey. Who do you have them picking out? If you do it, I swear to God, Frank,
Jonathan Kuminga.
you are ridiculous.
That's crazy.
His per 36 is up there. He's not. He takes the toughest defensive assignment every night. He sells out. He does everything.
No, he
he
doesn't.
can.
Draymond does. What are you
No,
talking about?
Draymond does not.
Draymond does.
Not anymore.
Oh, you
Not
are so full of
athletically.
it. How many minutes? a game does
Draymond
he
has
play?
said he takes the toughest defensive assignment.
How many
every
minutes
night.
a game does he play?
Draymond? That was a comment Draymond made.
How many minutes a game does he
I
play?
get it. He's got
He takes-
players that play similar to him.
He
named
takes
Draymond
the
that save
hardest
him.
defensive
I don't-
for those 8 minutes a game he plays.
Here's what I'm telling you. I don't think Golden State takes Moody or Kuminga.
No, I agree with you.
I have Jonathan Kuminga. I actually have Jonathan Kuminga above Scotty Barnes.
You are
You're a wild,
ridiculous.
bro.
Nope.
Listen, this isn't
Good for you,
sports
though.
card. This isn't sports
No.
card investor where you're
No.
saying
Good for you,
I
though.
have to.
No.
I have to put them up there because I have.
I'm
rookie
so glad that
cards.
you're brave enough to say stuff like that to us.
And by the
Like,
way, somebody has a chip and somebody doesn't.
It's embarrassing. What
Oh,
is it?
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Morrison again. Here's Adam Morrison. He's got a chip.
Somebody's got a chip and somebody doesn't.
You know what?
Somebody's been on a championship
He
team.
can-
The other one only knows how to lose.
He can have that championship ring, and it's on the backs of other
you,
people.
Steph.
Fluff minutes are fluff minutes, and that's all.
Thank
That's
you,
all you
Steph.
play in Toronto.
I can't believe you picked them.
So
So you got the Warriors.
I do. And
Who picked Kuminga?
Right. But I'm having a hard time. I don't know whether I go somebody like Bones or somebody like Jalen. I got to go Jalen Green.
Jalen
I can't
Green's
let
my
him.
next.
I
on the
can't
board.
let him drop that far.
That's why I have next.
It's got to be Jalen Green. I don't love the fit in Golden State, but that's not what we're here for.
I don't mind the fit on Golden State right now.
I mean, you got Jordan Poole already. You got Klay
His
Thompson trying to
athletic
get minutes.
ability
You got,
will get him minutes.
I think so too, but he's a small
averaging
guard. He's
22 points a
6'4",
game.
right? Like, so he's small, 6'3", 6'4".
That's perfect for Golden State system.
No, it really
Yeah,
is.
that is.
But I'd love to have them another wing, somebody to give be better in Kuminga. But it's slim in this draft.
Jalen Green starting over Kuminga and Moody, and
And
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
I'm thinking the next pick might be the person I might have wanted for Golden State though. So we'll see. I'm gonna see who gets taken next.
Let's see. At number 8, I have the Magic. This is a pick from Chicago. So I already have Josh Giddey. I'm going to pick him, and you're going to call me
Duarte.
crazy. No, I'm going to go with a center. I'm going to go Şengün.
That's what I got.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I said.
Sengun.
And I was like, if Golden State had him with his offensive ability, he could have made a difference.
I don't
with
have
his size.
I don't have Sengun.
He's second biggest best big man in this draft next to Mobley.
I didn't have
And
Sengun
he's
in
up
my
there.
top 10.
Yeah.
Offensively.
He's
That's great. I didn't have him in my top 10, but that's okay.
He might be a top 5 offensive center right now.
Yeah, he's really good.
When
on
you're
that.
just looking at offense.
Remember the end of the year last year when he was like throwing up like crazy numbers, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Where'd this kid come from?"
How do you
He's-
pronounce his name?
I'll put
Yeah.
You know, all the things they said about him.
Yeah.
That's how you say it.
Şengün.
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 So next we have the Kings. Original pick was, man, this is tough. Davion Mitchell was the original pick. Which,
Man, what a
listen,
bust.
If you look at his starts and only his starts when De'Aaron Fox has been out, it's actually he's not bad. I think he's 16, 8, and 5.
Go ahead and pick your Quentin Grimes, Frank. I know you.
It's not.
Grimes. He's
No,
not even-
it's your. Yeah, oh yeah, it is Frank's pick.
He's going to pick Quentin Grimes.
is not in my top 15.
Maybe he should be.
Are you doing Dasunbo?
No, I'm going.
I'm surprised Paul didn't pick Jose
Herbert
Alvarado in like the top 5.
Herbert Jones
Sure.
would be my pick.
Herbert?
Yep. 36.2 from 3.
I think Highland's better
finishes
than
at the
Jones.
rim. Finishes at the rim. Great defense.
Herb Jones is so underrated.
Just looking at who they got and what they're going through, I think that. And who they take?
Davion Mitchell, backup point guard.
So if I'm taking this, he's actually providing. to the team.
He is a awesome glue guy. He's a guy who's going to do all the dirty work, shoots at a decent rate, defends way better than Jonathan Kuminga.
Very good at the rim. Finishes at the rim very strong.
He does. And you know what? He seems happy with that role. The Pelicans are next. Original pick was Zaire Williams, who was traded to Memphis in the Steven Adams, Jonas Valanciunas deal. So, Alex, who do you have, buddy?
I think Highland is better than Herbert Jones. My pick. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go somebody that's like, I think he's a little older, already 26. I think 25 or 26.
Duarte.
Yeah. I think he's the pick. Gives some offensive firepower. Man, I mean, the kid can just get the ball in the hoop. You know what I mean?
He's a great shooter.
He's got the lowest ceiling but the highest floor. He's the safest pick on the board.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He's the safest pick on the board.
But he played differently. Like I said, he came out old, 25 years old as a rookie.
He's polished.
He would have been tailor-made for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Tailor-made for them.
Yeah.
Their second pick, this would have been their second first-round pick. Now that we know.
Yeah.
He fits in the NBA. He's going to be a good role player somewhere.
Now, see, this part of the draft got so sketchy.
Where are we at? What pick are we on?
We are on pick 11.
We are on 11.
We are on pick 11.
11.
So this was the Hornets pick.
Weird.
This was James Bouknight, which might be. It's not the worst pick
Anybody's
in this
top
top
15?
one. No, it's not the worst pick. The worst pick's coming up.
Is it anybody's top 15? Is he in anybody's top 15?
No,
he's not mine.
No, he's not in mine. So they need help next to LaMelo. PJ Washington's decent. Terry Rozier is good.
Bones.
So I said lottery tickets sold here. You know what? Bones Highland is next. He's my number 9.
Yeah, I
pick.
agree.
I'm probably going to take Bones. It's either Bones or Jalen Suggs because I still believe in Jalen Suggs at this point.
I had Suggs at this.
Do you?
I do.
46.2.
I think Suggs looks good
shooting.
in New Orleans though. Like I think he would look really good there.
I just don't like what I'm hearing about Houston not playing the correct way of basketball, and they're just stat stuffing and not really playing the game. You hear all these NBA people that know way more than I do, all these actual players watching, going, "You guys, what are you doing down there? You guys, how are you playing?" And it's scary. It's scary. Those are things like I don't usually hear very often. NBA vets ripping
in Houston,
players right now that are playing the way that we're playing. That's kind of scary.
Hornets.
I mean, look at Eric
LaMelo.
Gordon. Look what Eric Gordon
Might not be
trashing
wrong,
his team.
Paul.
I think Bones fits with LaMelo.
Suggs may look good in Charlotte.
I think it's Bones. I do think it's Bones. I think Jalen. I ideally see Jalen playing point guard, 2 guard. I haven't seen enough of him on the court at the NBA level to know. It's going to take him a couple of years to kind of get what needs. Is that the pick for the Spurs? Frankie, you have the Spurs next. This is the worst pick in the draft. They picked Josh Primo, who is currently being investigated on several charges that we won't talk about.
That's all right. Pick him anyways.
If I don't take the charges, he's not horrible.
He's not.
If I take away that out of that's way, I have him as number 15 on my
Davion
rankings.
Mitchell still is a
but
big
only no, and he's not going. I got him at no. I'm not going to give the way.
He's
point is
he's in my top 15.
Primo
He's
has
in my
great
top
size and length, and I think he's what would fit. He's what San Antonio would
Don't
pick.
take there's too
Trying.
many
I'm not
character
taking him.
issues.
so
I'm not
hard
taking him.
to not make any jokes right now with you saying what you're saying. Because I know
Yes,
kids
sir.
listen to this show.
Whose pick is it?
It's yours. Spurs, number 12.
So,
He didn't even know it was his pick. He just
that's what I
rambled
thought.
on about Primo
Oh,
for like
man.
10 minutes.
because knowing, man,
He's the Robert
Pop
Kraft
is
of the
so-
NBA.
Pop
He is the Deshaun Watson of the NBA
Oh my
Pop
gosh.
is so
without the talent.
weird. Like his drafting,
I don't
and
agree
everything
with
he does.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
is
what
weird.
normal pick does he ever?
Jeremy Sochan, like
Tim
he's
Duncan.
Yeah, that was probably the last decent. Pick
So-
where that was a slam dunk.
Parker.
Though.
No,
That was a weird pick at the time.
He was what? Yeah, it was.
That's a weird pick.
knowing and just based off of Pop's weirdness, I'm taking Ayo.
Okay. Soma
Highest true shooting percentage out of all the draft picks of this class.
Weirdly,
That is a bad pick.
has made
High
Chicago
energy
look
defense.
has made Chicago look decent at times, especially
Ayo's
last year
decent,
with
yeah.
Lonzo Ball out. Yeah,
I'm
it's
taking.
not bad.
You could get a big guard like Jalen Suggs.
I just
at
think
that
weird
place.
draft pick, different things. He could bring, and Pop would probably put him in a box and
Yeah.
not let him be crazy, and maybe try to control his energy. And he does pop things.
Pop does pop things. 13 Pacers. Original pick was Chris Duarte.
Yeah,
Alex?
replace that with Jalen Suggs.
That's
He's
a-
the highest guy I have on the board right now.
That's a good pick, and that works perfectly for me.
46.2 true shooting percentage, decent.
Its size, its potential. Eventually, when you get into 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you're drafting off of what a ceiling could be.
You're either going role player or you're going ceiling.
Yeah. And I think
You're not-
Jalen Suggs is that guy right now.
Yeah, you're not doing that top 6 when you pick Kuminga.
Yeah, no way.
I like Kuminga.
No way.
You like his rookie cards. So
I think that's what it is. Does Lane have a rookie card?
he's got several.
Lane's got all the
Lane's got
Warriors, but I don't
he's-
have any
yeah.
invested in.
Yeah.
I didn't buy him nothing great for
Yeah.
Kuminga.
So I have the Warriors now. It was
Moody.
Moses, Moody, Perk. Moody's, Made.
It's not a hard name to say
No, it is.
So we need to go ahead
when you're
and-
drinking.
Perk.
Drinking the tea.
Carry the heck on. So they need win now help. So I would go ahead and give them Trey Murphy the third,
Wow.
who is a great small forward, stretch 4 gunner. I think he would fit that team perfectly. Fits in the philosophy of 3-and-D. So Trey Murphy is the guy.
The rich man's Kispert.
Who happens to be the next pick. So Frank originally the Washington Wizards picked Corey Kispert. Who do you got him taking?
So it's good.
I'm taking.
It's good. I'm taking Zaire.
Yeah.
You have to, right?
6'8". If you squint, my notes
6'9", maybe.
My notes. If you squint real hard, his decent kind of reminds me of poor man Brandon Ingram.
No.
Could develop into it. 6'8" guy who has a decent stroke.
Zaire
Good
was.
handles.
I think he was a top 5 prospect coming out of high school.
And he dropped.
Went to Stanford.
He played with Brownie.
He played horrible.
He did.
Horrible
He played
at
with Brownie. He did.
Stanford, and that was the COVID year, and a lot of people blame that. His stock fell into the perfect situation in Memphis, where all they do is draft well in
I hate
Memphis.
the Memphis Grizzlies.
All they do is draft well.
Yeah.
So that's again,
6'8" guy that can shoot.
yeah, can shoot sometimes. So yeah, that's our 2021 NBA redraft.
So 6'8" guy that can shoot. Rui Hachimura. Oh wait a minute, we traded him.
Rui Hachimura. Let's take 1 minute on the Lakers. State of the Lakers.
60 seconds.
Let's.
I
let's
can't
Alex,
say
you better be the
they
only one that
traded.
talks.
They traded for Rui Hachimura for 3 second-round picks
And 3 sushi rolls.
And Kendrick Nunn.
and K9.
And getting rid of Kendrick Nunn. That was a part of the advantage.
Who brought Nunn to the Lakers?
Actually, the last 2 weeks, his shooting, if you look at his splits, he actually did
he had
really
3
well.
good games.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
only played 3 games, and he had good stats on all of them.
None is none.
He was given none, though, for the season. Actually, he was getting negative none.
What you call
Negative
So
none.
getting him off team,
said
Which is sad. I love the kid in Miami.
oh, gosh. I thought he was
What
going to be so
potential
good.
he had.
I thought he was going to be so good now. I was
Yeah.
so high on that.
Frank, I think the first phone call you said, well, we traded 3 second-round picks in a nothing burger for like the 9th pick in the draft a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
that's-
I think we've seen it once. We've seen one game. I think Rui played well.
Very well. Defense held up, played good D,
AD played well.
good shots.
LeBron played out of his mind again.
Not that game.
I think he had 36.
No, that game
Shot
he had
horribly.
20-something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he shot like 8 for 95 like normal. So,
What do you call those nights?
Those are Kobe nights.
He calls them Kobe nights.
He had a Kobe night again.
Mamba
that's
would
what he
win that.
does.
And then Mamba would hang 81 on you.
Guess what? They did win.
Yeah.
Kobe night, and they won.
They did. They did.
Shout out to Kobe.
You can work on the Lakers, man. I'll give this one to you. You're a
So,
LeBron fan.
like I think we all discussed in the chat, it's a great B trade. So if this is all they're going to do,
I think it's a C trade.
if this is all they're going to do, no, I'm not grading the trade.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm saying if they don't make they need to make an A trade. Like this is only a good trade because this is a horrible trade. You're giving up. They actually give the Lakers what they want. They draft good. They draft well. They draft very well. You're giving
Max
away
Christie, bro.
a lot of second round picks. It's only good if you make you're planning to make a splash.
Yeah, I think that was my first thing I
because
said to
if
you.
they
was
make
like,
a splash, this is a phenomenal trade.
what else is coming?
Who knows?
Why do you give up your 3 number 2s if you're going to keep your,
I
2 1s from 12 years from
I
now?
can't think what Pelinka's ever going to do. I can never guess. Who knows? like what's going to happen. My point is I believe that they have a line on something bigger, a bigger fish, because if this is the only move they're going to make, wow, they must have like the Bojan must be like, okay, we can get him.
I thought maybe Bojan or maybe the Turner thing came back
Turner
alive.
and healed. Maybe that.
But honestly, I don't love Turner because that's taking TB's minutes.
Gosh, how beautiful would it be to have Rui? But then if we pulled them 2 first-round picks for Westbrook and Irving. Gosh, that's the one thing I keep thinking. I go back to now.
We're
over
not
and over
getting
again.
Irving.
If we would have gotten Irving at the beginning of the season, though,
Although I would take Irving over
when
Jaylen
we
Brown
had that chance
every
in the
day.
offseason.
I don't wish Kyrie Irving on any team.
No, but I've taken him
I'll
over
take his
Jaylen
stats.
Brown.
Yeah, listen, you've been wrong. You've been wrong before. You'll be wrong again. That's okay.
So,
you can be wrong as much as you want.
so
just saying.
that's my take. Is it's a great
it's a margin.
number 2
It's a good
trade.
margin trade.
Yeah, it's a number 2 trade.
It doesn't really move
But
the
it
needle.
only makes sense
No.
if there's a number 1 trade coming.
Yeah.
If there's not a number 1 trade coming, I graded almost a C minus, close to a D.
So here's what I would say it is. You went from empty on the gas tank to a quarter tank. Like, it's not really moving the needle.
No.
You're still not going to get very far.
You
He'll
see,
get-
you put
Get some miles on it. He's a
You
restricted
went from
free
need
agent.
some
empty.
gas.
Do you put $5 woofer?
Yeah,
Woofer gas.
That's a Wolfa trade.
Yeah.
That's a $5 Wolfa trade.
$5 Wolfa gas.
Yeah. Give me $5 on pump 1, $5 Wolfa gas for pump 1. That's what Rui is. But, man, we needed a wing player. Way to get him.
He helps out.
He helps. He
Provides decent defense.
He helps more than none. He helps more than none.
Literally.
The play
Literally.
on words was amazing.
Literally. Are you Eminem?
You're welcome. Thank
Are
you.
you all
No.
the trailer park girls around the outside right now?
You Josh Allen that.
Thank you. In a good way.
Yes,
In a good way.
just
So
wanted to
the
try to get
last
a point.
to end our show, let's see. It's
Trying to get a
Josh
point.
Allen.
I just tried to get a
And then
point
he
here.
admits I try to give a point and Paul
See.
gives him a point.
Eminem. The Eminem comment, and I think this is the second show in a row
He had
that you've done
a
the
great
Eminem.
Eminem comment. I had to get it. Yeah, it was very Josh Allen like Paul.
Scores really close. Alex is winning the episode so far by 2 points, but we've come to the last part of the episode where we discuss our favorite TV shows.
This
Oh
is
my
easy.
gosh.
This is so easy, Paul.
I have so many.
This is when
So easy.
I literally told them, hey, bring your favorite TV show.
How many did you
Which-
win?
I brought an actual TV
So knowing the PodFather,
so I could show you.
and Coach, we're going to talk TV for the next hour.
It's
so,
my favorite thing to do.
Okay,
Not mine, but I
It
do
is
have some.
by far my favorite thing.
So why don't you pick your top 3?
I got 20.
Well, gee, this
I
isn't
literally got 20.
This
So
isn't an
stupid.
Alex. Can we-
You said favorite TV shows. You didn't give me a number. You just said favorite TV
no, I
shows.
gave you. You just weren't in the
I
text
wasn't in
chat.
the text thread.
So
Yeah, you guys had your own special.
So
text
hold on.
thread.
While are we talking just sitcom or are we talking any show?
here we go. Any show.
Okay,
favorite
any
TV show.
Any favorite TV show?
Greatest or my favorite?
Favorite.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, PodFather?
I'll go first. I got my 3 are
You
easy.
narrow
So
it
I got to
down.
narrow it down. I got like
The
20.
Office is the number
It's
one
got
TV.
March Madness
The
on
Office
there.
is the greatest TV show ever. It's not even close.
Didn't even make my top 20. But go ahead.
Wow, what is wrong with you?
I've never watched
What
it.
is wrong with you?
I've only watched one episode.
How dare you?
I tried.
I can't even stand that we're friends right now.
You gotta.
I tried.
You gotta watch season 2.
Couldn't handle my undivided attention.
Good housekeeping. Oh, my bad.
Listen, you have to get through the first season of The Office. You have to get into the second season before it gets really good.
So The
I
Office
probably
is by
would
far,
watch it. My wife can't stand it, so that's why I can only put it on TV so long for
Sometimes
change it.
Sometimes you got to sway your wife a little bit. I did the same thing with my
I'm
wife.
sorry.
but
My wife is my queen. I love you.
You say that now.
Yeah, I mentioned another woman, and then I just made her look bad there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
She's my queen. She's my everything.
You did.
Yep.
Office is number 1. My second favorite show ever is Entourage, old HBO show. Vinny Chase,
Goody.
love
Didn't
it.
make my list, but what
Underrated.
a great one.
Underrated.
Yeah, and
What
then
a great one.
my third favorite ever is going to be Game of Thrones, one of the more recent ones. Love that show,
Classic.
but it's nowhere close to Entourage or The Office for me. That's my 3.
See, that's
Let me know what you think.
that's a strong 3.
Oh,
a strong
I just
3.
killed it.
Outside sleeper. So we'd be way outside, but the Oz.
Oz was a great show.
Love
Oz was a great show.
Love
As far as prison shows go,
Really thought that
But
guy was in a wheelchair.
The greatest TV
I thought he
show
was actually
ever.
like handicapped.
And if I had to say, not my favorite, but the greatest show I've ever watched when it came to storytelling was Sopranos.
Yeah, that's
easy.
yeah.
But my favorite show ever is by far The Office.
So I pulled an Alex too. I picked 4 shows.
I had to.
I didn't pick 20 like
picked
you.
I had to.
I literally picked
Didn't pick
20.
20.
No, but I
20.
have 5, and I only said 4.
Give me
That's
the
nice.
other ones.
I couldn't
Give
stop.
me the other ones.
I couldn't stop.
What's the fifth
All right,
one?
so my 5th show, I don't know
want
if
to
you
know, 'cause
guys
I
have ever
picked
seen it. It's
20,
called
so
The
which one?
League.
The league,
The league
was
fantasy
yeah,
football.
yeah, the
The
fantasy,
fantasy football
yeah.
thing.
I thought you were
see
going-
that show.
I thought you were going Coco Melon.
Where's that?
No,
where's that show based on?
Miraculous Ladybug, to steal a word from Frank. Miraculous. You kept saying miraculous. When
Where's
you were
that
talking
show?
About
Where's that show based out of?
who?
The league.
The league. It's big out of Chicago,
Yeah, I've never watched an episode. I'm true.
bro.
I swear,
you
I swear
are-
on everything. I didn't
you
watch
are
it.
a St. Louis
When I
guy.
heard it was out of Chicago, I didn't watch
It's
one
a
single-
great show.
I refused to watch it and really wanted to.
No, you'll love it.
Did you
No,
think?
I'll never watch it. I'll
you-
never love it.
Did you think The Office was based in Chicago or
No.
something? Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Pennsylvania, bro.
Dude,
Scranton.
Scranton.
Electricity.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Episode was amazing.
Electricity.
That's what she
One of my
said.
favorite moments is when they're trying to teaching
really think-
CPR. Like it's one of my favorite things ever.
And he rips the skin off the face.
Just want to see if it was
We
realistic.
gotta harvest the organs. So, anyways, yeah, go ahead,
Dwight
Paul.
Schrute, greatest character ever. Him and Michael Scott.
So I have Game of Thrones.
Love it.
I have Game of Thrones. Love the spinoff too. I love House of the Dragon.
Yeah, House of Dragons
That's
is
been
very
great.
good also.
So I have Yellowstone.
Never seen
Yellowstone's
it.
really good.
Yellowstone's
my
great.
Gosh. It's like
Yellowstone's
the redneck version of The Godfather.
not even redneck.
I don't know. I just
It's like
keep hearing
John. It's like I don't know. It's
Brokeback Mountain
West,
meets like
never,
I don't
not
know.
at all.
Whoa,
Couldn't be farther from the truth.
I don't know. I've never
Have
seen
you ever
it.
seen Brokeback Mountain?
I've never.
It's not that.
So it's great. I would put the Wire.
The Wire.
Wire, great
The
show.
Wire was amazing.
Isn't that a
I'll
cop
rewatch.
show?
There's a corner on every city.
It's a cop show. It's a street
It's a
show.
truck
That's what I
show.
love. Yeah.
There's a corner on every city. That's what a corner on every block. That's what I got out of that show. I'll never forget that
There's-
line. Corner on every block.
I just love the chess comparisons from season 1. Where he's like, "Yo, you got this. We the
A lot
pawns."
of people are The Office. One I've never seen, but it's on my list to watch is Power. I hear Power is amazing.
Started
People
watching
tell me-
it.
I've not watched it. I love 50, so there's that. My wife loves 50, so
Shout out to 50.
shout out to 50.
And then the last one's a personal favorite. Again, West Wing. I could put West Wing on all day.
That was my
Here we go.
guess.
I got the Lion in Winter, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
You know,
so
before you
I
guys
got
start-
my Lion in Winter, my version of that you guys are gonna make fun of.
Okay.
Well, you know, I was thinking I had you pegged for a couple.
Okay.
And I just want to name them. See if you've ever watched them.
Okay.
Not that it might be your favorite.
Let's see.
Arrested Development.
No.
Breaking Bad.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
break.
that's
I've never watched
Probably,
it.
probably
I've watched
should
the
be.
whole thing.
Man, that's a crowded top.
I-
It's in the top 10.
Can I give just a shout out to 2 shows that I missed completely?
Go ahead.
Of course you can. This is your phone.
Friends was an amazing show.
Overrated.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yes,
My top
underrated.
3.
Underrated.
It's my top 3.
Sons of Anarchy. I've never watched it.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
really
but
good.
I'm all hyped up about it.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Like I have to.
When
Yeah,
he goes
you
to
do.
Ireland,
I feel like that's my
changes
next
the
watch.
game.
It's hard. It's hard to
Changes
watch.
the game. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. But that's what makes it wonderful.
Yes.
When he
Is
goes
that
to
where they kill
Ireland,
the dude in the?
no,
in the,
they kill the dude every episode.
Yeah, but they made him watch like.
This
it's every episode.
this
You
is-
gotta watch the thing.
As I'll just say this, and this is semi-spoiling. It's hard to watch as a father.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Really?
tough.
Yes.
Tough.
Really?
Tough. If there's more, oh my god,
Like
moments in-
Yellowstone.
Yeah,
It's tough to watch one
I don't
season, the
know.
end of one
No,
season
Sons
as
of
a
Anarchy
father.
is different though. You fall in love with a character and then they scalp a human or something like that. I mean, it's crazy.
Jesus.
Better
Better
never
call,
scalp
Better
him.
Call Saul. It's
Yeah.
good.
Jesus. Yeah, I heard Better Call
Better
Saul.
Call Saul is good.
Okay, so
So what are your 17? I mean 3.
I got a lot of ones.
we
you
named
Did you ever
like
watch
5.
Mad Men?
Yes, loved Mad Men.
Never
good
seen it.
writing. It was good writing.
Okay, go
So-
Frank. Wait, before you go, Frank. The Shield. Have you ever watched The Shield?
Did I wasn't a fan.
No, I wasn't a fan. It was okay.
Huh.
I can only take
Real quick before you go, my wife's
It's the
favorite,
third time you said
Yes.
that. So you're not
Grey's
recording no more.
Anatomy.
Grey's, man. I watched 11 episodes. When they started doing surgery on the babies, I quit.
I had a student, so I teach teachers for tomorrow, and I had a student, so students have to like do their lessons. Her lessons, it was 4 or 5 different lessons throughout the year, all on Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Gave us a quiz on Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Used it to relate to like other things. I was like, you found your thing. That's awesome.
That's cool.
It was amazing.
That's awesome. Grey's is amazing. Okay, so part of mine has to do with me and my wife watch a lot of TV shows together. So it's like things that we love together.
So you have
my
feelings
top
about
3 is like there's sentimental things. So like Sons of Anarchy and we love Sons of Anarchy.
Gotcha. That's your top
This
3?
one's a girly one.
Do you watch Mayans then?
Mayans, yes, every episode.
Is Sons of Anarchy in your top 3?
Yes.
Gotcha. So your
Another-
list is going now.
Yes, another
All right,
top
wait,
3.
before you start your list again. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Look, you caught my look because it was frustrating.
just
Pretty Little Liars.
Second one, One Tree Hill.
Bro.
Loved One Tree Hill.
Come on, man.
sorry.
Dude, when they played basketball and they were movie stars and they were all,
Okay. Take your word on that one.
at the end of the first season.
You go ahead and spoil
If you
it.
haven't seen it.
Listen, you don't have to say spoiler. These shows have been
Loved
in the
it.
can for like
Yeah,
12
I agree.
years.
And then me and my wife were also top 3 because my favorite, because sentimental, my wife,
Okay.
the OC.
Okay.
Never
Loved
seen
the OC. It was just one thing my wife got. She liked teeny bopper shows. This was a teeny bopper love show type thing.
It was.
So was Gossip Girl, but that didn't rank up there with the OC and One Tree Hill. There were legendary Sons of Anarchy, OC, One Tree Hill.
Gilmore
now,
Girls? No Gilmore Girls on there?
No, I never
Oh,
liked
okay.
Gilmore Girls. Well, she did, but
The
I.
Golden Girls.
So now here's ones that
Blanche,
here's
calm
one
down.
that's very close and that could have took the part.
Parks and Recreation.
No,
Parks
no,
and Rec is
wait.
good.
Yeah.
One that should have took part of one of the change OC or One Tree Hill, but I could not let either of them go.
Okay.
Stranger Things.
Oh, bro, I was
Yes.
about to say nobody mentioned
Stranger Things is right
Stupidest
there.
show. Like
What?
after season 2.
What are you
That was a
talking
Dak
about?
Cousins type of comment.
After
you
season
retract
2.
that.
No. Okay, tell me they fight the same black
Better
cloud every
than Game
year?
of Thrones.
No, it's different.
It's different.
It's not really.
First of all,
different guys. You didn't
Not
watch
really
any of it. You
different.
didn't watch it.
for the record, let the record show.
ESPN highlighted it.
Alex, the Podfather Gullet, when you came in here,
No.
I heard running up that hill, blaring from your car. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Keep running up that
My
hill.
gosh,
Keep
you
running
got
up that
the
mountain.
soundtrack in the car.
Listen, I didn't say
He didn't really, but still. That's a great track.
Okay.
though.
All right.
I
Stranger
would
Things
never-
is good.
By the way, I
Walking
was listening
Dead?
to John B when I pulled up.
Walking Dead, up there.
Dude, another one I didn't.
Early seasons.
Cobra
Early
Kai.
Yeah, first 17.
Cobra Kai. Love
Dude,
Cobra Kai.
great show.
Love Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
Never
Wow.
seen
It
it.
was good.
You've never seen Friday Night
That's
Lights?
good.
Never seen it.
What's this? What's he do?
Clear eyes.
Clear eyes,
Full
full
hearts.
hearts, can't lose.
Because if you have clear eyes and full hearts,
You can't lose.
you can't lose.
That's such crap.
Listen, on
You're
the other
gonna-
end, this is one that nobody's going to think about.
good.
I did some ones that nobody's going to think about. Chappelle Show. Phenomenal. Every
Yes.
episode,
Yes.
absolutely epic.
Saturday Night
Changed
Live?
culture. No, not as much as American Idol.
Bro.
Boo.
The first 5 years?
We had American
No.
Idol watch parties.
Ruben Studdard,
You came
Kelly
to
Clarkson,
You came to our American
Carrie
Idol watch
Underwood?
parties.
Yeah, bro.
I
That
lost
happened.
so much respect for you guys.
A newer one, Wednesday. Super,
Never seen it.
Wednesday's
super,
good.
My
super
kids
good.
love it. They do the dance. They're all like,
Wednesday's really good.
Okay, old one. Roseanne.
Bro,
Phenomenal.
great show. I heard she was
on
hard
my
to work
top
with.
dads ever.
That's
my
true.
top dads
Dan
ever.
Connor. I would never
Dan
admit
Connor.
this in front of our mother-in-law or what. I don't like Roseanne.
Me neither.
Don't like
Hey,
Roseanne.
Hey, but
Whoa,
top
whoa, whoa,
3
I
TV
got a
dads.
couple more. Hold on, I got a couple
Carl
more. We did that
Winslow.
last. We did last year. We did this last week.
We said Reginald Val Johnson
Yeah.
was the crux
yeah,
of it all.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
Yeah, we. Oh, wait a second.
So you didn't go Bill Cosby?
I got a couple more. Calm down. Calm down.
Uncle Phil won that one.
Jello. All right. Mama's Family. When I was younger,
Love
I went to
that.
sleep. I watched Mama's Family every night before I went to bed.
Love that.
Okay. Squid Game.
That's not a show. That's a
It's
series.
just complete.
Is that a show?
God. What's Game of Thrones?
I don't know. It's a show.
It's not a show. It's a
Hey,
series.
listen, Squid Game's my favorite thing that I watched last year.
My
by far.
okay, now I've watched every episode of this. This is my.
I don't like to
Lion
read when
in
I
the
watch
winter.
TV, but I liked it.
This is my Lion in the Winter moment. Ready?
It's a lion in
Andy
winter.
Griffith.
Yeah, Lion King.
Lion in
The Lion King moment.
That's my Lion King 3
Can
moment.
you
One of them.
feel the love?
Downton Abbey.
Ew, bro.
My
Bro.
wife likes the Brits, and
Bro.
that's pure Brit
My
stuff.
wife likes.
Are you
Have you ever heard of like The Handmaid's Tale?
Yes.
Or Orange is the New
This
Black?
is a PG show.
This is
I don't know.
They're
My wife
completely
watches it.
different.
I'm gonna let you know
it's-
right
I don't
now.
know. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you this
I'm
what my
just
wife
telling you. I'm
watches.
just
You
telling
what
you
your
that
wife
completely
watches.
different.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Is it a good show?
I would rather put my 4-year-old to bed watching Game of Thrones.
Oh no,
it's
she
pretty-
doesn't watch it around the kids. She waits till everybody goes to sleep and
Complete.
watches it.
I hope so.
But
wow.
Is it that bad?
So Lindsay's big on Supernatural.
Oh, that's a good show. I watched
It's
it.
a good show.
New Girl.
What's the one with the Superman? Smallville. Should have
hate
made
that
that
show.
We watched all 10 seasons.
New Girl's
hate
great.
that show.
Love New Girl.
You know what we did like when it first came out? What was the fairy tale one with the Wicked Witch?
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
My wife was huge in that.
It got redundant.
After like 3 seasons, we were
It
done.
got redundant.
I had to get out.
Rinse, wash, repeat, new
Yeah,
fairy tale.
get out.
Okay, so this wasn't in
South
the,
Park.
What's no? See,
I'd make this
I
list.
didn't like South Park.
You threw a South Park reference at dinner.
Beavis
Listen,
and
and
Butthead.
I watched it. I didn't necessarily like it, but everybody else was watching, it, so you got to watch it.
Beavis and Butthead shaped parts of my
The
childhood.
Simpsons?
Nope, hated it. Love
You
the
boys
Simpsons.
out there eating
Did you like
pink
The
chips?
Simpsons? Yeah, The Simpsons were a great show.
Yeah, so our wives
Over the Hill.
We're not allowed to watch that growing up.
Home Improvement.
He mentioned it last time. Tim
Family
Toolman
Matters.
Taylor.
Tim Allen
Yep.
was one of my favorite family.
Do you
days.
remember Friday nights getting home?
Yeah.
Like, thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, and you watch Boy
TJAF,
Meets World.
Boy Meets World, Family Matters.
Yeah.
Full House, Growing
Full
Pains.
the dinosaur movie.
Urkel. Different.
Bro,
dinosaurs.
Family Matters was different.
Urkel, man.
What was the
Family-
dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
That is
Not the mama.
Not the mama. I said, what is the dinosaur? He says,
Dinosaurs.
dinosaur. It reminds me of.
Turtles.
Do you remember in the last podcast I was here for? My wife flipped out. She almost laughed till she peed on herself. When I said,
Something
when
you said.
Paul said, they're called ellipsises for everybody out there. And I said, yeah, but how do you speak them? He was like, you don't have to!
don't have to
Exclamation
speak 'em.
point. So like for a whole couple days, everything she said was like, period, exclamation, question mark. It's the greatest thing ever. If you didn't check it out, I think it was episode
Saturday morning.
like 8.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Great
Yo.
show. He-Man.
X-Men, the animated series.
X-Men.
They were great.
Classic.
So
G.I. Joe.
I got a story about my son. So my son was like 5 years old. We are taking him to
Mason stories.
This
are
is
the
he must have been 5 or 6. We're taking him to Five Below, right? And I remember saying, I don't know how we got into. I was like, Mason, what are your favorite shows? And he's like, this. I like this. I said, when I grew up, I loved X-Men, the animated series. And he deadpan looked at us and he goes, X-Men are just a bunch of tight wearing dickheads.
Oh,
and we
jeez.
were like, what did you just say? And he goes, I said, Mason, you cannot say, where did you hear? I don't know.
Great story.
X-Men, a bunch of tight wearing dickheads.
I agree. Hey, listen. Funny thing your kid ever said. You got anything? I want to tell you one of my daughter the other day, just coming up from school. My wife picks him up from school to get in the car. My daughter's going, says somebody's a hoe. My wife's like,
We call that, we use PG terms, we call that Minecraft garden tools.
yeah. So we said, my wife says, what is a hoe? And she said, it's a rich man. Well, my niece had came home with this. My
rich
great niece.
man, huh?
My great niece says, that's not what a hoe is. A hoe is a woman that has a lot of boyfriends. My mama was a hoe. And I thought when they told me that story, oh my gosh,
Mama was
love
a
you, Nicole.
hoe.
But no, it was so great, so funny. I love it. These are kids.
Let us
them
know. Again, reach out to us. Hit us up on the comments. What are your favorite TV shows? What do we get? What should we watch next?
What do we not name?
Let's
speak. I love Lucy. Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the
Saved
Bell.
by the
Kelly
Bell.
Kapowski,
miss
bro.
that?
All right. Hey, when she took the speed,
Yeah, you remember that
That was
episode?
Jessica.
that was
Jessie.
Yeah,
It
It was
Jessica.
Jesse Spano.
Slater's girlfriend.
I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
Tell me the other movie she played in.
No, I won't because it's a PG show.
I almost said it.
That's
I said
that's yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was not a big fan of Seinfeld, ever.
Why weren't you a fan of Seinfeld?
I don't know.
he couldn't find the meaning
They
in it.
got apple juice. They got
I just
orange
wasn't a
juice.
fan
Where's
of
the
it.
banana juice?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. 30 Rock.
I
Anybody
got
ever
one.
watch 30
I got
Rock?
one. Famous TV shows of all time.
Cheers.
Sports Center.
Da 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 da.
Longest
Da-da-da.
running TV show of all time.
Oh, my wife and I binge watched this show. If you've never binge watched it, do it. The Wonder Years.
Yeah,
Great show.
yeah.
They said when
Fred Savage.
minus 200 pounds when I was younger.
That's who you
They
look
said
like
that you
when
said,
I met you.
Yeah, everything.
The curly, you had like the curly knotty hair. You were all punked
Yeah.
out.
like punked out. It was very Italianed out.
No, you weren't Italianed out.
So the old Wonder Years or the new one?
no, the old one.
Not the new
Okay.
one. The
The
new
Fred
one.
Savage
If
one.
I look like Chris Rock's younger brother, we got a problem. We got a real big problem here.
Hey, I'm just
When I was
clarifying.
younger, I looked.
I'm just clarifying.
Wow.
Cheers is a great show.
Cheers is good.
It was
Cheers is
It's
a
on my-
great show.
it's on my
I'm sure,
list.
yeah, like old heads are going to be like MASH. How could you not watch MASH? Hogan's Heroes.
Gunsmoke, Bonanza.
All them shows.
All the ones our dads watched.
Yeah. And I'm sure my dad's going to comment in the section like what you missed, like he always does. Speaking of, make sure you guys comment, share everything with us.
Notification bell. Ding.
Yeah. Smash that subscribe button.
Bum, bum, bum.
Again, check us out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Show winner.
We're there.
It's tied. And what we do when there's a tie, we
Rock, paper, scissors?
give it to the man who's coming back. So return of the PodFather. Alex wins the episode.
All right.
You got to
deal.
hit the cheers for yourself.
I'll cheer for myself. Yeah, I'm not cheering. Hey, really quick, on a serious note, man, I want to tell my family, love you. Thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Rest in peace on Sheila. Amazing woman of the family.
Legend.
Legend. Just
Legend.
Really, she was so
was
quiet.
different, bro.
And, yeah, she was sweet and kind.
Had swag
and
too.
Yeah.
Had a way about her.
Yeah, so she'll be missed, man. Appreciate you guys holding down the fort last week and just being there.
That's cool. We had
Yeah.
Einstein, so
yeah, he's not
he's
not
not
many
as smart as
comments.
I
You
am.
know what?
Not many comments.
Yeah,
Kind
You don't
of a
know how to
dull
use. You know why he's not as smart as you? He don't know how to use a cell phone.
That's what we said it last time. Dull
that's what it is.
personality. Keep it moving.
Makes no sense. Again, everybody, we love you guys. Make sure you're interacting with us. Remember, you might be 0 for 3 with TV shows or 0 for 7 with Jonathan Kuminga takes, but we
That
are
is true.
3 for 3.
Ciao.